Do you know?
Don't take the mickey straight away.
I'm not. I'm serious. I'm absolutely serious. Obviously. I mean, look at this. This is incredible. How beautiful. If I saw this in a boutique, oh, I'd be snapping it up. Absolutely stunning. Genuine gemstone kits today throughout the show.
Yes, yeah.
Wire, tools, loads of tools. A brand new launch as well for you. Brand new launch with love from Claire at 3:30 today. Want a little nosy nose? Go on then. This is our one to own at 3:30, created by the lovely Claire. This is beautiful. Do you dot the E with a heart? Do you?
I normally like have it like, I do use a heart at things. I don't usually do it over the E, but
Do you do it like at the end of an E, like the tail of an E?
I suppose I like put it up the, yeah, like up the at the top. At the top, yeah.
At the top of an E?
Maybe like here.
Like dotting the I?
There, like along a little bit.
Oh, right, so sort of a mil further than it is. Okay, yeah, I see. Right, I see. Golly. Sorry about that, Claire. Anyway, actually, I have a heart in my signature, which is quite sad, isn't it?
Do you?
I do. Oh, cool.
Wow.
Anyway, I know, yeah, that's pretty snazzy, that, isn't it? When I'm signing up for my mortgage. Anyway, we have got loads coming up for you in the show today. We really do. We're going to have lots of fun, lots of laughter, lots of makes, lots of gemstones. We've got school coming up for you. This is the first of your star buyers today. 1:30, this is coming up. 3:30, of course, is coming up for you. The With Love from Claire, move the heart a bit. That's coming up at 3:30. This is coming up at 1:30 for you. Solid sterling silver, that is your first star buy. I've got wire bundles. I have got must-haves. I've got things we haven't seen in absolutely ages coming up for you today. And as I say, 2 genuine gemstone kits, which are just beautiful. One of them is a birthstone kit as well, actually, just made up of February's birthstone. So you're going to love that. Before all of that, what did you say, lovely? Moonstone in sterling silver. Ooh. Oh, hello, vintage.
Oh, wow.
What do we think of this?
Gorgeous.
Oh! You did an impression of a Muppet before, didn't you? By accident.
I didn't mean to.
No, you were offering everyone brews and then she reacted like a Muppet. It was lovely. Not sure which one.
No, I don't think they said.
There wasn't a
did they?
specific
Yeah.
one, just a generic hairy puppet.
Yeah.
This is gorgeous. How elegant is that?
That is gorgeous, isn't it? Look at all that blue.
That is a serious amount of colour. Absolutely beautiful. I've got producer Tom producing me for the first couple of hours, and then we've got B Diddy producing us later on. Tom is going to start off the show for you today with an absolute treasure, and this really is a treasure. That is so vintage. I love the idea of that on a choker.
Yes, on like a velvet velvet ribbon. Yeah, very nice.
Really pretty that would be, wouldn't it? Also, actually, in that centre of a sort of head adornment. You know what I mean?
Yes. I think anything. It looks nice like that, doesn't it? And the, as a ring.
This is your Afro Selene. That's what its ancient name used to be, because it's moonstone. So it's derived from 2 names of the goddesses. There's the Selene, goddess of the moon, and then Aphrodite, of course. This has got that wonderful moon-like sheen, moon-like glimmer, doesn't it? There's the term once in a blue moon, isn't there, which essentially refers to rarity. This is a once in a blue moon price point we're about to do for you. £4.95 is your deal on this one today. There is a lot of sterling silver in this, 2 grams worth you're looking at, and it's totally natural moonstone in there as well. So you're going to get a really beautiful look. I think that is a main gift for anyone, just as a maybe one in a necklace and get yourself a pair of earrings. I think you're going to look stunning, and that is going to be a gift that keeps people smiling, isn't it?
That is lovely, isn't it? Yeah, definitely at that price, I think I'd do earrings, yeah.
Gorgeous, isn't it? Very, very pretty. Very, very vintage look indeed, with that kind of mysticism of that moonlight. Really beautiful. And actually, you know, you could really go for sort of adding more detail to this and more adornment to this. You could almost prong set around it, actually, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could, or you could use the little bail at the top, couldn't you, to add in your sterling silver wire if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, to really go for it.
Yeah.
Such a pretty look. Loads of you in. Hello everyone. Welcome, welcome. I have got loads for you today. I have the most impossibly, incredibly beautiful garnet coming up in a kit for you. This is absolutely astonishing that this is going to be part of a kit, and the kit will be under £40, even though it's genuine gemstones throughout. So that's coming up for you. I've also got that skull coming up for you not so long now. And actually, if you wanted to do sort of a design with these in together, then it would be relatively easy to do it, actually. You've got the loop at the top and the loop at the bottom, and then maybe prong set around this. Or actually, you've got an added jump ring on that one as well, so you could actually use that added jump ring to maybe get a few other elements within there. I think they'd be quite cute together. Okay. We've got, what now? Amethyst. Oh, Amazonite. Do you ever just sort of half listen to words?
Yeah, all the time. All the time.
Have a look. Ooh. Beautiful. Delicate, dainty, faceted.
I don't think I've seen this strand before.
So
This is lovely,
unusual
isn't
to
it?
see.
Yeah.
I don't think I have faceted rounds of Amazonite. Don't get to see that so often. Amazonite is generally left sort of smooth, soft, round edges. You're usually seeing it sort of on cabochon in shape, or you're seeing it in perfect rounds or perfect rondelles, but you very rarely get to see it faceted. This is a beautiful added look, isn't it? Nice to see that glimmer.
Elegant colour, isn't it? I do like that strand.
My producer Dion, she's in Jamaica. I know she's not been mentioning it for the last 17 years. She's off in Jamaica at the moment, and basically all she's doing is sending photos and videos of her sort of by the sea,
Brilliant.
in the sea, looking at the sea from a distance, looking at the sea from a restaurant, looking at the sea from a cocktail bar. And these are the kind of colours that you're seeing in all of those pictures. And actually you've got that light spanning from the surface of it as well, which is kind of like the glimmer of sunlight, isn't it? From either the ocean or from water. So it's got quite a nice sort of hope for spring colour about it, hasn't it? What are we going to do with it, Claire?
I was looking, what are those two? What are the two strands there? The rondelles and then the big nuggets. So the nuggets are mayhem. So that would be nice with them.
Oh, I like
What's that one?
Yes. Oh, well, Tom's just told you.
Yeah. That's gorgeous.
They're huge pieces of Larimar, aren't they?
That is
That's why I
beautiful.
said yes, because I didn't think you'd be able to guess that it was Larimar because of the
That
size.
is gorgeous.
It's incredible, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So excited. But yeah, those as a trio. Very pretty idea.
Yes. Wow. Really lovely.
Coming up for you
Yeah,
very
that's
soon.
holiday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's holiday. We're doing it next, actually. Next. Amazonite right here, right now, though. It's just £5.95 for you, or is it £4.95? £1 back in your pocket. £1 to, well, do what you like. Use it in trolleys. Use it in a... You don't actually... Do trolleys even do that anymore?
Have a pound?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not near me, they don't. Maybe
happens?
there's... You know, you get your trolley and you put a pound in. You
Yeah.
used to, but you don't anymore.
Yes, you do.
No, you
do
don't.
in Birmingham.
Not in Chester.
You do in Birmingham.
You used to. They've still got the little machines, but they're all like plugged into themselves now, so you don't have to. I haven't used a pound for a trolley in months.
Oh.
Months and months. Oh, I didn't know that. Golly, I just thought it was a worldwide change. £4.95. Well done, absolutely every single one of you who's getting these. They're so dainty and delicate, and they'd go great with that skull just for sizing as well, actually.
They would, yeah. Yeah. Just restrand it and then have the skull. Be nice and
Just
quite
one.
cool, wouldn't it?
A little
Cool
dangle.
looks, yeah.
Let's do the Larimar. Okay, we are talking about rarity of all kinds of stages within a gemstone. I've got just shy of 30 of these. Larimar is a one locational gemstone from the Dominican Republic, and it's formed very close to these kimberlite pipes within volcanoes, okay? So what happens is it forms a certain distance from the kimberlite pipes, because once it gets to the kimberlite pipes, it gets too hot and the density is all off, and this will not form. So what happens to mine this is you literally burrow into the side of a volcano until you get too close to the kimberlite pipe, it won't form anymore, and then you burrow out again, and you keep doing that all the way around these very, very, very rare locations within the Dominican Republic. And it's not like every volcano in Dominican Republic, it's a select, minuscule amount. This gemstone we shouldn't be able to get our hands on. When this was first discovered, basically, the person who discovered it went to sort of the owner of the land, let's say, and the council in that area, and said, "Oh, we found this. Can we go and mine it?" And they got refused. "No, you're not allowed to." And it wasn't until years and years later when we were given the go-ahead to be able to go and get this. It's kind of, in a weird way, a good thing that we weren't able to get it the first outing, because if we were, it would probably be completely extinct by now. We probably wouldn't be able to bring you strands like this now. This strand, I was blown away by the size of these pieces.
These are stunning. That strand is just beautiful.
It's incredible. It's like proper robin egg, which is what you want from a Larimar.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
The speckles and the movement, and that's what I love about Larimar. You know, I'm obsessed kind of with any gemstone that looks like its surroundings. So, for example, Mookaite from Australia, you know, that looks like hot heat and desert colours, doesn't it? Mookaite, like the location it's from. This looks like the most beautiful ocean with these sort of crashing waves just drifting towards the shoreline. It is serene, it is beautiful, it is relaxing and textured, and it's so extremely rare. If you do go to the Dominican Republic, you can actually have a tour of the mining area, and you can actually go to shops that are dedicated just to this. But let me tell you this for nothing, the price point we're about to do on this entire strand, you wouldn't be able to buy a carat's worth for when you're at that location, because obviously you're a captive audience. You've seen the rarity of this, you've seen the sort of unusual sort of mining procedure of this, you know, you're hooked, you're a captive audience, so you can pay through the roof. £34.95 for the entire strand. That is less than £1 per carat, quite a bit less than £1 per carat. Now, if you went to the Dominican Republic, I can tell you this for nothing, you are not going to be paying anywhere near £1 per carat, or even £34 per carat, if you've got a really nice sort of fluid, natural variety like you have here. Collectors, you should be in on this one right now, I would say, because, and you are, which is lovely to see, because generally, now this isn't always the rule, but generally when it starts to come into the spring and summer months, we see less and less of Larimar, because basically the people in the mining area, are the mine owners where we get ours from, are less likely to sell it out to sort of the wider world, because they want their captive audience of all the holiday goers in spring and summer, they want to be able to have the biggest yield so that they can sell it there on the spot for an inflated price point, which makes absolute sense, doesn't it? So I would say to you that now is a really good time to buy it, because generally when it starts to get to spring and summer, we are able to get our hands on much lower quantities, and sometimes the price does go up. So it's just as a little bit of an FYI for you, if you are getting ready for those spring and summer months, this would be a beautiful one for you, because they're so big. I personally would just be putting one piece into a piece of jewellery if I'm looking at selling. One piece. I would be able to make my money back easily from 1 or 2 pieces if I were to do that. Very pretty indeed. Fancy what? Ooh! Fancy nuggets or shards. These are lovely.
This is a beautiful strand, isn't it?
I mean, if you want personality, you've got it here, haven't you?
Look at that one.
That looks like a dragon egg.
Look at the markings on that. That was incredible.
And that one there.
Which one?
That one there, yeah. I love that one too.
Yeah.
That looks like something from the Flintstones.
Yeah, and that one.
Yeah. Brother Pete, I want your input on one.
And this one. Let me turn this one round.
Okay, wait.
That one there.
Oh, yeah. Brother Pete, I want you to pick one, and I want your imagination input. I'm going here.
Which one?
Anyone.
That one in the middle.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
That looks like a galactic obelisk.
Oh.
Oh, all right. Well, you're making my Flintstones reference look rubbish now. It was brilliant before, obviously. Yeah, I love that.
That one's a bit like Raspberry Ripple, isn't it?
Oh, gorgeous. Yeah, totally. You've got some here that look like really ancient and some that look really modern. They do almost look like out of this world, don't they?
These are gorgeous.
They're incredible.
I don't know, and I don't know whether I would separate them all out or keep them all together. I mean, that one, I think that one's my favourite.
They're all so unique and individual. You aren't going to have any two alike on a strand. Okay, Claire, imagine I gave this to you just as a challenge. So I gave this to you as a challenge, and I just said, make a piece of jewellery, use as much as you like. What would you do just to help people out at home? Because it's so unusual to see something like this.
I'd potentially twist it, I think, together. So maybe restrand it and then just twist it around. So you're getting all those beautiful colours, the shapes and sizes, and then just a bit more of that texture.
Love that
I think
idea.
I would just twist them.
Twist it with wire, would you use?
Yeah, you could do. Or you could just put it on beading thread and then maybe with your wax wire cone or something, you could at the end.
That's a really lovely idea. Really nice, really textured. Maybe even crochet them is what...
Yeah, you could do, couldn't you? Yeah.
Listen, that price point for half the amount. Not done. Not done. We're dropping this down again. For half that amount, I think $6.95 is sensational. This is natural. It's so unique. It's so individual. This is almost like, you know, buying sort of 7 or 8 different strands, isn't it? This is incredible. Yes.
Look at that one there. Yeah. No, that one there. That's gorgeous.
Mango. That's gorgeous.
No.
That is an incredible discount of a deal. Wow, well done to every single one of you. That is a huge amount you're getting there, and that price point is sensational. Grab your hands on this, and don't forget, if you've got any questions for lovely Claire, she's here with us all this afternoon, so you can feel free to text in, because you might be starting jewellery making and you might not have ideas of what to do with more unusual, unique pieces such as this. Claire's really, really useful. She's a great teacher. And two things to point out about teaching. Numero uno, with love from Claire, you will be taught how to create this incredible piece by Claire today if you get your hands on this. By the way, the most affordable one we've seen so far as I'm aware. Oh, you're a bargain!
I am a bargain, yeah.
Also, workshops. We have workshops running here, and in February they have this really cool deal on, which is basically you get to bring a friend for free. So
that's good.
Yeah, so workshop in February. If you look online, it'll tell you a little bit more. But if you go to a workshop in February, you can bring a friend for nothing. I think a good idea on this is you go to your friend. Right, let's go halves.
Yes,
yeah?
That's a very good idea.
And then you get to go to a workshop for half price, they get to go to a workshop for half price. Or if it's someone's birthday, then buy them that treat. And you both get to go for the same.
Yeah.
So basically, it's bring a friend for free. And if you go online, there is a code on there, and the code is BAFFF1. So the number 1. Bring a friend for free. BAFFF1.
That's clever.
See what they've done there?
That is really clever,
isn't it?
Yeah.
So you can have a little look at that online, or of course call the call centre if you do want a bit more info. £3.95 is your deal on that one. Well done. And if you do want to get in touch with Claire today, you can message her at JewelleryMaker.com if you so wish. Okay, pokely. We are moving on to abalone. Ooh. Look at these.
They would be nice with the, you know, the 4mm Amazonite that you had.
Hey up, come
Bring
here,
out
chicken.
the blues in them.
Yes. Where have they gone?
That would be, ooh.
Spacing them out. You can make lovely shapes with these. Obviously, they're easy just as they are. Are you laughing at?
Not laughing at anything.
Good.
Yeah.
I've got here for you a beautiful mixture of bars, and you can just use them as they are, spaced out easily, or you could use them in a different shape. For example, a kite shape. Now, the reason I bring this up, and a lot of you will know this, yes, it's National Kite Day today, everybody.
Is it?
Yeah. You know I love my national days. National Kite Day today. I've written down some kite facts if you'd like one.
Let's hear them.
Would you like?
Yeah.
I'll just do you one for now. I don't want to, you know, give it away too soon.
Yeah, go on then.
let's think. Let's have a guess at this. When do you think the first kite dates back to? First kite. I'll give you a clue. It was in China. Okay, so I'll give you a clue. The first recorded kite.
1700s.
Incorrect. 600-700? 1400. 5th century. It was 470 BC.
Wow.
Yeah, so very good guesses there. Some were very good. So yeah, more kite facts coming up later. Something to look forward to. These would be lovely in a kite shape though, wouldn't they? If you sort of wired around these, because you've got the different sizes at each end, you could actually make a fair few kites, couldn't you? You could make 1 kite to 3 kites, I think, from these, using the smaller ends and then sort of graduated in. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? If you wire wrapped around them and at the angles had the joins, maybe even with a jump ring in there, or a little bit of wire work, or a bit of seed beading, or your genuine gemstones from the kit. Ooh, genuine gemstones kit coming up for kits, plural, coming up for you today. I've got tools, I've got treats, I've got discounts, and this is one of them. We are dropping this down for you today. It is just £4.95 for you. A really, really great deal on that one, just because you can do so much with it. I mean,
yeah, and they go with everything. Yes, yeah, and they go with everything, don't they? So whatever gemstone. So if you put it with the amethyst, like bring out more of the purple, amazonite, the blues, the greens.
Yeah.
So yeah,
even the Larimars, because of the ocean and the ocean.
Yeah, well that's nice. Yeah.
We've got some reversible jewellery here. So where might you wear this side, Claire?
Where might you wear it?
Yeah, where might you wear this? Like this. Say you were wearing it on the side.
To a set place, do you mean, or on my body? What do you mean? Like,
No, sorry.
What do you mean?
Sorry, be more specific, Bags.
As in location?
As in location, not on the body.
Oh.
Location.
I might wear it for a meal out.
Okay, lovely. And then we'll flip it. Woo! What about this side?
I might wear that to work.
Lovely. Yeah, that's exactly it. Reversible jewellery. Where would you wear it on the body though, since you've brought it up?
I would do a necklace.
Yeah. Lovely, spaced out individually.
Yeah.
And again, you can make it reversible if you're just using spacers.
And I'd probably take those off and have those as my earrings.
Oh, that's
so
a nice
I'd have
idea.
that little bit. Yeah.
Easy peasy. They would look great with the amethyst, and the fact that they're graduated too means you could have the larger middle one spaced out more and then get more gradual around the neckline. They look beautiful, don't they? I've got your amethyst for you now. February's birthstone. Now I have got an amethyst kit coming up for you later. These would go perfect because there's no rounds, as far as I can remember, in the kit. No, there isn't. So this will go great with it. Lovely graduation. 17 left and 17 alone. So if you like them, pick up the phone. 0800 644 655. You could get in touch with us today. If you've not set up an account before, it takes minutes to do. Literally, it's so easy peasy lemon squeezy. And also remember that it is free to get involved, and you get a goodie pack when you join, including tools and sewing materials and a DVD. So it's really, really, really cool to have. This is a beautiful 15 only, $4.95. If this is your only order today, this is your first order. If this is your only order today and your first order, you will be able to make a necklace, a pair of earrings and a bracelet with this, because you're going to get that DVD, and because you're going to get those toolkits, and because you're going to get threading materials. These would be gorgeous with it.
They would, wouldn't they?
Just a little idea I've just had. Why would they be so nice with it, do you think?
It's quite regal, isn't it? I think like the gold and the purple together.
Yeah.
I like that.
Gold.
And size-wise, that works really well.
And that is an important thing to think about, isn't it? The balance of things.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's really beautiful.
These are lovely.
That is the gorgeous golden butterflies. They'd also go lovely with the skull too, because purple goes with everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does.
The amethyst is about to sell out because we've got pretty much the amount of people that want it can get it. How about it with the skull?
Yeah, nice.
How about it? Oh, I love that song. You have got here your very, very eye-catching solid sterling silver skull. It's got so much beauty, so much texture, and it is bang on trend. So it's perfect to be a star by. This skull is basically trend. There are trends that come and go very, very quickly, aren't there? There are trends that are there and then they're gone. Such as, what was that one where you got those, one of my rubbish analogies is going to happen again because I can't remember the word. You got, yes, yeah, so you find a Pokemon and then you run and go and find it and then Pokemon Go. Yeah, that seemed to last for about 4 days, didn't it? There are some trends that come and go. Oh, some of your friends still play it? Oh, all right, well. They're, hanger-oners. But you have got here something which isn't just a trend or a fad. Some people, will jump on a trend and then sort of as soon as they get into it, it will go away. And there are some fads and trends and fashions that are very much like that. I don't know if you've seen beard jewellery. Now, beard jewellery is, it is a big thing for this year. It's huge. Yeah, it's a big thing for this year, genuinely. Have a little research of it. And you can literally get, they're almost like studs that you actually put into your beard. You twist them into your beard. Do you remember those old school?
Yes, I do.
Swiss with like a diamante on the top you used to have for your hair. They're like that, but for the beard. So it's like beard jewellery, beard adornments. And that's a big trend at the moment. But because it's a new trend, you can't tell if it's a fad or if it's going to be around to stay. The reason I'm bringing up these fads and these trends is because this is the type of thing that has been around for so long. You know it's not just a fad. You know it's not just a flash in the pan, let's say. I wonder how many people have actually worked with skulls, big well-known brands. So what I did today, this afternoon, is I went on to a well-known search engine and I just typed in skull jewellery. And on the first page alone, these names came up. Now remember, there's pages and pages and pages, literally thousands of pages on this search engine. But the first page alone mentioned these following designers. Paul Hewitt, ASOS, Thomas Sabo, Alexander McQueen, Links of London, David Shuttle, Boohoo, Bells and Ross, Jade Jagger, Vivienne Westwood, Chanel, Pandora. That was the first page. Now, if you think there's thousands of pages, that was the first page alone. All of those designers were mentioned just by typing in skull jewellery. And they all had pictures next to them, so they were all making jewellery related to this shape. When there are big brands such as, Paul Hewitt, Links of London, Bell and Ross, Vivienne Westwood working with skulls, you know that is not just a flash in the pan. They're not going to spend all of that time, effort, energy, money preparing their ranges and promoting their ranges to have something which is a flash in the pan. And that is why I think it's great to stock up on these. You may well have bought the skulls when we launched them, sort of, I don't know, what, a year ago, let's say. You may well have bought them in bulk then. You may well have got the, pendant like this and the ring set like this. You might have got the charms that we did like this. You might have got all of those. But I would say it's a great time to stock up because that trend isn't going anywhere. So although you might think, well, that was kind of my theme last year, maybe you still want to have that as a theme this year if you're selling your jewellery. In particular with a design like this one, because I think it's really, really unisex, but also it's multi-use. So you can see that the eyes are open so that you can use cerulean within there or resin within there if you wanted to. Also, you can use the likes of maybe polymer clay behind it or metal clay behind it. Also, I think it's really good one because it's blatant what it is. Sometimes I've seen some designs and some charms where you almost have to take a double look to see exactly what they are.
Yeah, that's definite skull, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I saw one the other day in this high street shop and I walked past it and I thought, oh, it's a cute little dog. And then I thought, no, its ears are a bit too big for a dog. So I thought, oh, it must be a cat. And then I sort of moved again and got a bit closer. I was like, oh, is it a rabbit? And it was a llama. It was a llama charm. It said an alarming charm. Llama underlined. So yeah, it was one of those where you thought, what exactly is that? This is obvious. This is blatant. This is a trend to be continuing to wear. And it is only £7.95. It's easy to work with. It's easy to create with, whether it's for a lady or a gents, whether it's for, just a quick sort of, oh, thanks for looking after the dog gift, or it's a happy birthday gift. Do you know what I mean? Or the gerbils, yeah, thank you for looking after me gerbils gift. Yeah, why not? Do people look after gerbils for you? Yeah, I suppose. You have got a beautiful detail here, really lovely, really wonderful effect, solid sterling silver. Tom's saying check out your baskets. And just to let you know, there is a jump ring that's attached to this as well. We haven't just added that, that is attached.
And I'd put those with there, I'd put something completely different. I'd put that.
Oh, there's a lot of skulls with bows on. Oh, that's
what's that like?
Vivienne Westwood.
No, Was that
Like a skull with a bow on.
Oh, Silence of the Lambs, wasn't it? Was it Silence of the Lambs? Was it?
What? I don't know. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. I'm not good at scary films.
No, but I think if you do it's a juxtaposition, isn't it, where you put something really really pretty next to something that's a little bit. So yes, you put like flowers.
Yeah.
If you look, there's like a lot of
like
flowers.
tattoos.
Yes, roses and skulls, butterflies and
like a lot of
and you're
tattoo
mixing your
art.
metals.
A lot of tattoo art is sort of skulls with flowers and butterflies. No, I do know exactly what you mean. Yeah. You have got a. Can I just say, have a feel of this?
I've
weighty,
got
isn't it?
them. I have got them.
Do you? What have you done with yours?
Yeah, I just wear them on. You know, like the long chains that we do.
Like the 22-inch.
The longer,
right.
the longer ones. Yeah. Should I put it like
Ah, that's nice. Oh yeah,
Like
lovely.
that.
Oh, that's cute with the heart.
Yeah.
Bit
See
mixed
again,
metal.
juxtaposition.
Yeah, very good. That's beautiful, isn't it? Oh, speaking of love, because we've now looked at the love heart, with love from Claire, move the heart a bit. It's coming up for you at 3:30 today. It's a brand new launch, and as far as I know, the most affordable of its kind thus far. Imagine wearing that. You imagine not only wearing it, but actually making it. That makes it even more fun, doesn't it? Woo! That's coming up for you 3:30. I have got tools coming up, including blocks of many different varieties, including wire, tools, genuine gemstones, and loads more. Sand block, metal block, loads of treats. So, thank you very much for that. Well done, everyone who got that. Ooh. Tell me what rose gold, sterling silver, butterfly backs are good for, please.
I don't know.
What are they good for?
Butterfly backs.
They're not just butterfly backs.
Yeah, your stud earrings, aren't they? And the posts. Oh, these are lovely.
These are the half drilled. Yeah, we launched these. These are fab.
Yes.
Yes. And look, so you put a solid drilled gemstone on there, and then that goes on the front so you can't see the drill hole.
Yes, I remember them.
Have you got a strand cut there that you could mock one up for us? Because my explanation is maybe not the best. What you've got here is the opportunity to make stud earrings. Now, we can't always make stud earrings, can we? Because a lot of the time we'll bring you shepherd's hooks, which will obviously give you a lovely dangle, but we don't always necessarily want that. Sometimes you're not even allowed that, are you? Certain places of work, like in my other job, I'm not allowed to wear dangling earrings. I would only be allowed to wear studs. These are perfect for using up any of those gorgeous gemstones that maybe you've been a bit precious about using. You want to use them, but you've maybe, you've used most of the strands, you've only got a couple left, and you don't just want to throw them in willy-nilly into anything. You want them to be put into something very, very precious and something very, very special. This is a great way to do it, because essentially, there's the bar that goes through the ear. It's got a little bit of a backing to it, which means your gemstone can go on there, and then you simply glue the star into the front, just like Claire has done here. Thank you, Claire. Now, obviously, this isn't glued in, so Claire's being very, very delicate with it. But yes, to give you an idea, isn't that lovely? So you can put any gemstone you want in there, and you just glue it in. And as you can see, that took Claire moments, didn't it?
Yes, yeah.
But that, I will let you know this, I maybe shouldn't now, but I'm going to anyway. That peridot is coming up in one of the kits. That peridot strand is £14. So that'll just give you an idea. It's £14 on our website at the moment, that peridot strand, just to give you an idea. But because it's a high-end peridot and a high-end strand, you might have used the whole strand for something and just have a couple left. You don't just want to throw them into a random design. So you can make your own pair of earrings with them.
Looks really nice with the rose gold, doesn't it?
It's gorgeous, that green, yeah, really pretty with it. It's a lovely quality, that one as well. You are going to be getting a big set of these ones. You're going to be getting a pack of 5 pairs. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pack of 8, is it? 5 pairs. I've got 8 here for some reason, but yeah, pack of 5 pairs. So you're getting 10 in total, and you have got a £10.95 price point on that. This is a really good in essence, money-saving way of making the most of those gemstones that you maybe are struggling with using. Maybe you've got diamonds, for example, where you have used the majority of them, but you've only got two ones left over. Why not make diamond earrings with these? Why not?
And you could use them separately as well, couldn't you? You could use the little stars in your cerulean or on any gemstone that you don't necessarily have to have as as a stud, as an earring, just any, you know, sort of that you want it forward facing and you want to cover the drill hole.
Yeah,
really
that's
clever.
a really nice idea. Do you know what as well, actually? Cufflinks. If you pop this, so you put your gemstone there, where it would normally be, so that's going to cover the drill hole, and then you make a loop out of this section here, and then you do your chain and your T-bar.
Yeah,
so you could do a set of cufflinks with it as well, actually. Obviously, then you've got the butterfly backs that you can use for something else, maybe to put on your shepherd's hooks, for example, if your earrings rock forward a little bit sometimes, which they can if maybe they're weighed a little bit heavily with your genuine gemstones. By the way, if you do love genuine gemstones, I've got solid genuine gemstone kits I have got for you as well. The wonderful launch of With Love from Claire collection. Look, I'll show it on this side now with a little picture. Snazzy that, isn't it? You get to learn how to make that ring and you get everything you need within that collection. Can I say it's under £20? Well, just did. It's a clever way to get around it, isn't it? Ain't no way you would expect that, is there? We are going to be doing it for you at 3:30 today. It is well worth the wait. Yep, it's going to be under £20 today, which you would never expect for that size of Swarovski. Oh, can't wait to do that. Woo. Only 50 of these ones available. Wow. They've got a touch of the Tahitian about the colouring. So they're not sort of your peacock colour, and they're not as dark as some of the black ones we've been doing of late. They've almost got a Tahitian colouring to them, haven't they? That kind of sway of blue that you get, which, as I say, isn't quite peacock. So this is your peacock, which is gorgeous, but, you know, it's very, very different, isn't it? That's almost more of your Tahitian, the body of a Tahitian colour that you get. These are, I've only got 50 of these, I've just been told only 50 of these ones available for you today. These are absolutely beautiful in their colouring, very unique, great with your jeans and your top. £14 normally, but today we're going to bring these down to you. You ready for this? £9.95 for you today. Not done. We're doing a double price drop on this because we've got less than 50 now. People are already checking out in their multiples. £6.95. Should have been just shy of £14, but today it's £6.95. These are genuine pearls. They would look beautiful if you've got any coloured silk.
Yes, yeah.
In between
I'm thinking, and with the little rose gold stars as well that you just did, they would work very nicely with that, because a lot of them are drops, aren't they? So you could have the little star at the bottom.
That's a lovely idea. That's a really cute idea.
You can make, and then the post at the top, and then make that little post into a bail, because some of them are really, really lovely. So, for example, this one here, that'd be a fabulous pendant, wouldn't it? Because it's a real drop.
That would be really eye-catching. Decent sized drill hole as well, you might notice too. So that would be lovely if you've got any of your thick silks that maybe you're struggling with going through any of your gemstones. That would be a lovely way to add it to your collection. £6.95. Okay, I'm in my last chance saloon now. Do grab your hands on these ones whilst you can. They are just £6.95. That is a really good reduced price point. Coloured silk, I would probably do like a, you know, the baby blue we do.
Yes, yeah. I was thinking like quite a bright pink as well. But that's lovely when you pearl knot, because it's going to look totally different, isn't it? Whatever silk you put in, yeah.
I think that's a really nice idea. And also, of course, mix metal with this, because it's blue. It's going to work perfectly, isn't it?
Yes, you could just have one of the drops on the. You know, you've got a rose gold chain there as well.
Oh nice, yeah, that's coming up for you in a little bit. Okie pokely, Cabochon, where are you, my friend? Can you see it, Claire? Your eyes are better than mine.
No, I can't.
No, I can't see it. But I really, 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 really would like to see it, because I'm obsessed with ruby zoisite. Brother Pete's looking now, he's good at this sort of thing. No, sorry. We can't find it. We will look for it. Whilst we are looking for it. Hey, I can pull up the code on here if there's a picture. Would you like me to do that? Would you like me to do that? Yeah. Jewellery Maker, JewelleryMaker.com. That's our web address. It's quite modern this that we can do this, isn't it? What did they used to do in the olden days, eh? When you used to have to pay for your trolley. Do you remember them days?
Yeah. You go to the library, wouldn't you? Go to the library and then wait to get a book out.
Do you know what? I went to the library on Monday evening and I had the nicest time.
Did you?
Oh, just reading about surrealism. I had a little glass of something nice. Hey, we found them! Yay! Well, I'll show you this picture because I may as well because it's got a 5-star review. This is our website at the moment. These are the ruby zoisite. You've got 5-star reviews from 5 reviews. These are the ones I'm about to bring you. They've just been handed to me, so I'll show them to you in real life if you'd like. You're going to be getting a huge carrot with this. So, ruby zoisite, what is it? So, zoisite, name of a family of gemstone. Well-known zoisites are tanzanite. Ruby is obviously ruby. Claire, help. I cannot make rings, have the tools, just want simple, but I do not like seeing holes of stones, cannot get to a workshop. Jade! Help, Claire! I'm exactly the same as you. Can't stand it. And I don't mind it, but when you're trying to hide the drill hole and you can't, it's frustrating, isn't it? Thomas just said, can you ever think about that and we'll revisit this in a moment?
Yes, okay.
Do you mind?
Okay.
We'll answer that for you. Jane, that's a really, really, really good message and a very good question. And this ring we're going to be learning to make later. And you can't really see the drill hole in this in the same normal way as you could. So this might be one for you, but we will tackle it later on. We will tackle it too. Ruby zoisite. So yes, you've got the bluey, greeny areas in this of the zoisite. The sparkly, almost adolescence that you get in this is totally natural, and the sort of red, peachy, well, pinky, deep red blush colours, let's say, that is ruby. So it is the melding of different gemstones together, and it gives you this peacock-like pattern. I almost think that, I don't know if you've ever tried batik. Batik is a way of colouring fabric, and you essentially use melted wax to draw out and etch out, and then often you will use dyes upon it, and you can do it on silk and many different materials, but it's almost got like a batik feel about it with these beautiful wisps and this wonderful amount of colouring, each and every one totally unique. £10.95. This is a real standout stone, I think.
Absolutely, yeah, they are like, well, they're we always say they're like Monets, aren't they? Like mini, like works, yeah, mini Monets.
Mini Monet.
Yeah.
Nice name for a
Your
dog.
water lilies.
Yeah, you're right, they are. They've got such a lovely look to them. Well done, everyone. I've got some Baroque pearls for you now. Tom's going to treat you to. Sorry, didn't know we were off then.
Wow.
I presume it's these ones, but they don't look as Baroque as I would expect. They're so much smoother. Lovely, smooth pearls we've got there for you.
They would be good. You know, when Jane just messaged in about rings and not seeing the drill hole. So if you had something like that, because you've got nice flat bottom on there, so they would work really, really well in rings.
And because it's opaque, you're not going to see the drill hole through either, are you?
Yeah. These are lovely.
Really smooth, aren't they? What do you think you would do with these that's a little bit modern? Because they are quite traditional in their look. Whenever I see white pearls, I often think traditional. What would you do something that's a bit modern, maybe for someone who's making for, you know, someone who's really into fashion at the moment, let's say?
I think maybe mix them with a different coloured pearl. So you could, you know, with the coins that you've got coming up, so something like that might be good. But you know how you mentioned about the silks as well?
Yeah.
You know, they're going to look very, very different, aren't they? And quite contemporary. If you put, say, a bright colour silk with those,
they'd be beautiful. Really, very, very pretty. Do you know what? You could even put them with another star buy I've got coming up later, which is Ocean Jasper Rounds.
Lovely.
Because that gives it a boldness, doesn't it? This is coming up for you in the 2 o'clock hour, just to let you know. Actually, with the gemstones from your kit.
Yeah,
that makes them quite romantic.
Everything that you've got there, they're going to go with. You're just going to get a very different look, like your chromed upside, all different rounds you've got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are absolutely beautiful. They're a really sizable selection as well. Much smoother, but still with character. So if you don't want a really knobbly baroque, but you don't want a really smooth, perfect round, these are the ones for you. They're just £6.95. It is a genuine, real deal pearl. And there is a lot on there, mind, isn't there? You're getting a full length here. It's going to be around about, I will measure it for you because it's not got a measurement on there as I can see. We'll measure it for you, but you're going to be getting around about 41 centimetres on this strand. So that's going far, isn't it?
That would go very well with
Hey.
So all your bridal commissions, that's perfect, isn't it?
Great idea.
Yeah.
We're going to do the pearl wire next, actually. I have got big, beautiful sets of treats for you today. I really, really do. Genuine gemstones, wire galore, and we're going to do some wire for you in a second, so do stay tuned for those ones. I love the idea of a bit of clear wire writing with just one pearl on the ends. Yeah? You'd be able to do that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would.
I think that's a lovely idea. Well done, everybody, on that one. Okay, folks. The wire, now is this one whole bundle? No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. Pearl wire is our most popular new coloured wire. So we have gold, silver, antiques, bronze. That's what we always had. We had that for, what, 3 years before we introduced any other colours? 3, maybe even 4 years before we introduced any other colours. Excuse me. We then started to introduce blues, reds, they were popular, then yellows and greens, they were popular. And then, relatively recently, we introduced pearl wire. This has become the most popular launch colour of all time. And I'm about to do a bundle of it. I'm telling you that now because it's going to be popular. So, this is your start by. Six spools of one of your favourites, 6 spools of this satin, wonderful, wearable, easy to wear, and I mean ease of wear because of that sort of satin finish. Sometimes if something's very, very high shine, it's sort of glamour and sort of look at me. This almost has the properties of a wire with the look of a fabric. It is 6 spools worth in a variety of different sizes I've got here for you, and it's just so beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, look at that. Can you see? So that's what you're looking for. So on the, and this is a lovely new gauge. This is a 0.2. So this must be quite new. But can you see how malleable that is? You know, that's wonderful, wonderful weaving wire or binding wire. It's just, you know, that's perfect to work with.
Great to go with the likes of your deal of the day pearl, because that's a 0.2. You're getting 25 metres on that as well. On that one.
Fabulous.
So that's a serious amount, isn't it?
I think that is a new spool, you know, because that's a lot, isn't it? It's 25 metres on with a new gauge. Naughty.
Tom's going, oh dear, I don't know how I should have taken that. You have got here a serious amount of wire. Get your maths ready because you've got a lot in here. I'm going to go through each one. You have got here 100 metres of your 0.25. You have also got in here 3 metres of your 1.50. This is one of the thickest copper-based wires that we do for you. This is mega structure, mega strong, mega sturdy. Juxtapose that again with a very rarely seen one, which I did just see, which is your 0.5. You have got 0.5, 12 metres worth on that spool.
Wow, this is brilliant.
This is a serious amount we've got in here, isn't it? A big amount. So 0.5 there for you. You've then got 3 metres worth of your 0.20.
Wow, there are lots of new gauges.
Lots of new gauges in this one, indeed. 1.20 there for you. That is beautiful sheen. Again, the more surface area, if you notice, the colour is exactly identical, but the sheen just looks different depending on the thickness. I've also got in here for you 10 metres worth of your 0.8, a firm favourite of ours. Great for findings, clasps, etc. And then I've got 25 metres of your 0.5. 0.2. So 153 meters in total of your favoritist newer colour that we have been bringing to you. This is a selection for everyone. Whether you want your wire weaving, whether you want your serious structure, whether you want your wire writing, whether you want to do your clasps, whether you want to do intricate, delicate drill hole gemstones such as diamonds into wire work, you've got it all here. You are absolutely flooding in for this one. All of that is just £17.95. That is a one-off opportunity, a one-off deal. We genuinely think we've accidentally managed to get this bundle and have this bundle confirmed. Didn't quite realise, you know, the difference that we've got in here, the different amounts, the different sort of thicknesses that we have within here. You're absolutely flooding in. That is a very, very, very special deal. I'm going to go over those sizes for you again, if I may, just because there are some new ones, so you can see them. 100 meters, 0.25. 3 meters of your 1.50. Oh, hello. 12 meters of your 0.5. 3 meters of your 1.50, so that's really sturdy one. 10 meters of your 0.8. And finally 25 meters of your 0.2. So you have got a lot going on in here, haven't you?
Yeah, it's fabulous. Again, like bridal commissions, be wonderful for that. But also it gives that look of, doesn't it almost, you know, like with your, when you look at your mixed metals, and so if you've got your highly polished silver and then you've got your frosted or you almost like your sandblasted look, so it gives you that.
It's incredible,
it's
isn't it?
Wonderful to have everything, you know, all the gauges like that. It's brilliant.
Seriously, rush on in for this. We aren't totally sure whether or not we maybe should have been able to get all these gauges together, but we've managed it. We're bringing it to you today. You have got everything you need here, really, to create anything. The only thing we're missing, I suppose, is a 0.4 and a 0.6, but we've got a 0.5 in here, so that kind of almost does the job of both. Don't forget, if you did want your 0.5 to act more as a 0.6, you may well want to get your hands on my stamping block or my metal block that's coming up for you later on. This means that you can use the likes of a 0.5. In fact, we're probably doing it next. That means you can use the 0.5, give it a sturdiness so that it can act more like a 0.6. This is a really, really popular collection. Can I just get figures and stats on this? What kind of quantities are we looking like on this one? Couple of hundred? Couple of hundred. No, not a couple of hundred. 20. Oh, 20. I thought you were going 200. 20 left. I'm sorry. 20. Okay, lots of multi-buyers in on this one. Good luck to every single one of you. Whilst the final few are flying out, I've got 19 now. Karen, you've just checked out. I've now got 18 approximately. Please do check out on these. It's a genuinely sensational collection, as you can quite rightly see, so do grab it whilst you can. Think we're going to be doing the metal block now, I think Tom mentioned. Let's do this for you as well. I have not seen this in months and months and months.
No, it's a brilliant, brilliant tool to have.
This is an absolute must-have. It really, really is. It plays with your wire, meaning you can change the shape of it, you can make it more sturdy, you can texture it. You need this. You cannot hammer onto your table or your kitchen block, or even, I've got a big sort of wooden chopping board. You can't use it on anything like that. This gives that resistance back in your hammering and makes your wire work with you. This is a must-have for the likes of your clasps and your wire writing to make it sturdier. It's absolutely everything you need all in one place, and it's only £6.95. This really is going to make your life so much easier. You see all of our guest designers using these or mentioning it all the time, so do grab that whilst you can. We're going to be back after the break with the first of our gemstone kits.
You can now book Jewellery Maker workshops online. Just head over to our Jewellery Maker website and click on the workshop link. We have a wide range of workshops from beginner to intermediate, covering a variety of mediums. Once you've found a workshop you would like to attend, simply click on the Book Now button, fill in the required fields, and then press Continue. This will take you through to the payment page. If you have any questions, you can contact our workshop coordinator at any time by emailing workshop@jewellerymaker.com. We look forward to seeing you. Jewellery Maker, Create, wear, share. Welcome to Jewellery Maker. We are part of the Immediate Media family. Immediate Media is a fast-growing multimedia platform company who operates some of the most loved brands across the UK. Our brands range from our other shopping TV channel, The Sewing Quarter, to our very successful magazines, such as Simply Knitting, Molly Makes, and the Radio Times. We work incredibly hard to inspire you and bring you lots of exciting ideas and projects. So whatever your creative needs, you know that our crafting family will be there for you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When you spend with us £4.95, you will get a free welcome pack. That welcome pack will give you pretty much everything you need to get started. From a manual, which will help you to familiarise yourself with all of the items that you're going to be creating and all of the products that you need, including tools and findings and threads. You'll also get a DVD and step-by-step project cards. These cards and the DVD will give you the chance to be able to create a wonderful arrangement of different items of jewellery. Plus, you'll also get a free 3-pack of tools. These will be everything you need to get started. So, getting started with the Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. So why not give it a go today? Jewellery Maker, your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
I am about to bring you a kit which is, quite frankly, a bit of a question mark. I mentioned to you yesterday on the show that we checked the price of this. Before the show yesterday, we checked the price of this. We had to check it again, and then we were given, yeah, that is what we're going to go to on air. Because sometimes, you know, if you input lots of different elements, you know, it changes the price vastly, and sometimes we can actually forget to add one of them in, because it comes in this big long list and there's loads of them, and sometimes you can kind of forget about one of them, and then it gets priced and you check on the phone and you go, hang on, this is priced for 5 products, we've actually got 6 products. We checked it and we double checked it, and it is totally right. I am about to bring to you, and I'm ignoring the wire for now. We love the wire, we adore the wire, we will touch upon it, but I'm ignoring that for now, because for us here at Jewellery Maker, for the standard of the elite gemstones we have within this kit, the price of the entire kit is still knock your socks off, completely ignoring the wire. Because these are not your everyday selection of gemstones. There is no seed beads, no polymer, no metal sheet or anything else like this in this kit. It's just gemstones and wire. But it's not just any old gemstones. It is elite quality. These gemstones.
It's the gemstones and it's the cut of them. That, I mean, there's one that is, I think, my favourite strand ever. Yeah.
Knew it.
Yeah, I love it.
What I have for you here is something very special indeed. I am bringing to you a kit which in my mind is the price of those. Easily. Now your graphics are now live. Am I right in saying the web bidders can see the price, yeah? Am I right in saying that? I am. I'm asking that because I just want to make sure that you're ready to check out, because the quality of these two alone is of an upper echelon standard. Let's talk about Claire's favourite. This, for me, personally, I wouldn't just be calling a red garnet, because it is that perfect purplish red colour that we look for. It's that wonderful blend of your pie rope and your almandine that gives it these quality purplish red looks. Now, when we talk about, so basically there's two main ingredients that make these up, the palmandine and the pie rope. They need to be so precise in the makeup of Mother Earth to get this idyllic purplish red colour. So the sort of stats of it, if you imagine it like an ingredients, if you imagine it like cooking ingredients, you need a perfect, if you're baking a cake, for it to have the perfect rise, you're going to need the perfect amount of a fat and the perfect amount of you know, flour, for example, to make it rise. It's exactly the same with this gemstone. If you do not have enough almandine or you don't have enough of your pie rope, the colour will not be as perfect as it is in this one, that wonderful purplish red blend. Now, you need, now this is from the top of my head and I'm pretty sure this is correct, 3 to 7, yes it is. So you need 3 parts of your almandine to 7 parts of your pie rope for this to work. If you get any other alteration, any other colour, percentage even differentiation, it will become something different. And remember, there's loads of different types of garnet. There's hessonite garnet, spessartite, there's savorite garnet, there's chrome pie rope garnet, there's all of these different types. To get that idyllic colour is very, very, very unusual indeed. And yet you've got it here in this sublime petal shape. It's gorgeous, isn't it? It
is, yeah. Yeah. Lovely long strand as well.
Yeah. The petal shape is what has made that ring that I've been wearing all morning, isn't it?
Yeah, and so easily as well, because it's that, like you say, it's the gorgeous shape, isn't it? They're like little hearts as well.
They are just so romantic, so beautiful. They're like carved rose petals in that perfect purplish red. Just exquisite. I've also got in here another garnet, which is a garnet from, again, another real deal natural garnet, but it is slightly different hue. This one has got more of the sort of deep red to it. This has got more of the sort of masala-esque colour. But it really makes that purplish red pop even more, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It does.
It gives it a different feistiness almost, doesn't it? It's spicy. It's going to go great with the likes of your ambers and maybe your fire opals. It's got just such a unique colour. Again, not a colour we tend to see so often, but a very beautiful one nonetheless. And then I've got for you the iconic and I think hardly seen for months of your peridot. Now, I personally, genuinely cannot think of the last time I brought you a peridot full stop, let alone in a kit. Now, when I'm looking at this when I'm looking at this peridot, I am looking at this golden green, which to me has Shanghai qualities about it. When we talk about Shanghai peridot, we are talking about this wonderful element, this wonderful look and beauty of golden greens that shine through this at different angles. It is an impeccable quality.
It is. I mean, even if you just did a restrand and nothing fancy with your jewellery making and just have the 3 of them together like that, I think is lovely.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, really jewel colours.
This peridot is not only one of the bang-on trend colours in jewellery this year, because greenery was the colour last year. You may well have noticed if you've been in the high street that the clothes and the jewellery is now coming through with the greenery, because obviously it takes a bit long for the high street to catch up. So not only is this the colour that people are going to be searching for in jewellery this year, but this is also one of our more elite strands of peridot. This is one of our most expensive strands of peridot that we currently have in the vault. This, if you wanted to buy it by itself, is just shy of the £15 mark, and it is one of our most elite qualities for its eye cleanness, for its golden green sort of Shanghai colouring, for its wonderful cut, and its carat weight. It's a decent carat weight, as you can see on the stats there, very, very decent indeed. Because of all of that, it is one of our most executive strands. Now, for me, as I said, the price of the kit qualifies for just these 2 strands. You ready for this? Your price point today. Now, genuinely, honestly, and completely, just for those 2 strands, for the quality and the cut of, and the purplish violet of that wonderful, idyllic rhodolite mix you've got in that garnet, impeccable, incredible, undeniable quality. To pair that with one of our most executive of all of your peridots, with that beautiful golden green, that is astonishing. In my mind, now this isn't sort of the stats of it, in my mind, I feel, if I was buying this, like I was getting this as a little bit of a goodwill gesture, that beautiful, rich, sort of beautiful garnet, which has got that masala-esque amber feel. And I haven't even mentioned getting all of the wire in there as well. You get all of this for just £29.95. I'll go through the wire for you. 4 meters worth of your 1 mil in that beautiful copper colour. You've also got 10 meters worth of your 0.4 in here, and then another nice structural one, 10 meters worth of your 0.8. All of that together is just £29.95.
It's amazing, isn't it?
These are real deal, genuine gemstones. I think,
and beautiful strands as well.
Totally.
Really gorgeous strands.
I think for the quality of these 2 strands alone, if I went into a gem shop, a gem store, and I wanted to get these 2 and I saw them at £15 each, I would be very happy with that indeed. That, and £15 each, actually a Jewellery Maker price point to me. So that's why I feel like I'm getting all of that for nothing. I think that is a great price. In particularly, even more so, when I look at what you've done with it all, which is wearable, beautiful, boutique jewellery. Tell us about these pieces.
Thank you very much.
Oh, that's all right. Tell us about them.
So yeah, because you've got the great gauges of wire as well that work really well with the you know, the wire crinkler tool. So I've used that to create that sort of like lattice effect.
Love it.
But yeah, those strands, I mean, they're really beautiful. They go on and on and on as well.
Yeah.
And if you're selling on something like that, those little hearts or petals are lovely little charms on their own. So it's a wonderful shape.
It really is just incredible. Massive, massive well done to every single one of you. I think that for a solid, genuine gemstone collection is fantastic. And we're going to be learning how to make the piece that I stole very quickly this morning as soon as I saw it, because I love it. The beautiful ring design we're going to be doing today, aren't we?
Yes, we are. We are. Right.
So what are we going to need for this, Claire?
So for the little ring, you can either work with I'm going to work with the 1 mil and the 0.4. It's up to you. You can work with the 0.8 and the 0.4 if you want. It's entirely up to you because they're both sort of structural wires. So your starting point, tool-wise, you've got your cutters, your round nose pliers, chain nose pliers. I'm going to use my step bail making pliers, or you can work with a jump ring if you've got them, and your ring mandrel.
Okay.
Okay, so a starting point, if I just show you the weave that we're going to do, and I'll show you on the larger wires, you're going to do, because what we're going to create on the ring shank, if I just show you with this, so you can actually see on the wires themselves. So it's like a 5 and 2 weave. So we'll just do that very, very quickly. It's a really nice, easy weave. So if you haven't done any weaving before, this is quite a good one to start with. Cool. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Okay.
Claire, your work is stunning. Loves and hugs from Sinead.
Ah, thank you. Thank you very much. And I hope you're doing all right, and you know, have nice messages from Shawnee. That's very nice.
That's
Thank
lovely.
you.
Bless you.
Okay, so I'm going to start with, so these are like larger wires now. So these would be, so the black wires, they represent your either your 1 mil or your 0.8, and this one is going to be your 0.4. So don't worry about any measurements at the moment. We'll go through that in a second. This is just to get to grips with the weave. So I'm going to start off. So I've got my 0.4, and I'm going to put that. So I'm going to pop that down there, and I'm just going to anchor on. So just a couple of wraps around that base. Okay, so I've pushed that together, and I pick the second one up. So I'm going to now go over from the front and round. So I'm going to go 2 around there, and if I just open that out. So with that one, what I'm going to do, what I need to make sure is that I'm not pulling so tightly that I group those 2 wires too tightly together, so I can't then get that wire back through. So it's like a 5 and 2, because ideally you would do 5 wraps around that bottom wire. So if we push that together, and then 2 wraps around the 2. So again, I'll do a couple more of these. So you can see how easily this starts to build up. What tends to happen, because those wires are you need to sort of pull them together. So on that first one, you can see there. So if I hold it up, you can see how, and you'll really be able to see the black wire coming through. So what you need to do there is we're just going to push that, so you get a neater result. And you can see where I haven't done it there, so we'll keep going. So you can see how that weave is a really nice, easy weave. But straight away, it's good for a ring shank because it's building up. I've got 2 lots then of nice structural wire, and you can see how quickly it's going to build, and you're getting that detail. Okay. So if we talk about, go on to this, so that's the weave itself. So if we talk about actual measurements and on the actual wires.
If you wanted to do this in bare copper wire,
yes,
what difference would that give? Because do you know what? We bring you copper wire like this, and we call it copper wire, because that's what it is. It's a copper-coloured wire. What is the difference between this and this, for anyone who doesn't know?
So that would actually work very well on a weave like this, because what you could then do with it is, so this sort of wire has like a plastic coating on it, so you can't, so it's going to stay that colour, it's not going to oxidise it in the air, whereas the bare copper will naturally oxidise over time, or you can sort of speed up that process working with your liver of sulphur, or different recipes, say coffee granules, things like that, heat. So with a weave like this, what you could do is you could do the weave, and then with the bare copper, say if you put it in your liver of sulphur, and what will happen is the woven area will stay darker, and then you can really polish up the more exposed sections of the wire, so it would actually work very, very well.
And it makes it look almost sort of machine-made as opposed to man-made. Because, sometimes when we bring you some of our findings, we oxidise our findings, don't we? I had one earlier on with the moonstone in the middle that was darker in the background. That's because we spent loads of time oxidising it and then polishing it up. You can do that effect yourself with this. And it's not difficult, and it's not expensive, which I think is another thing to point out. It's not expensive to be able to colour this at all. You can get a bottle of liver of sulphur for a couple of pounds.
You can look online, and you don't need to have. You can work with eggs as well. Of, coffee granules, lots and lots of different.
To change the colour of it. And that is the great thing about this. You can give it a totally unique and different look. You have got 3 different gauges: 1 mil, 0.8 and 0.4. You've got 10 meters on each and every single one of them. You have 30 metres here in total. It's 1 mil, 0.8 and a 0.4. 10 metres on each. And, oh my days, I'm getting it. I need to get that. That is very naughty. How many have we got? Please say we've got loads and loads, because I genuinely need this. 100, right, that's nowhere near going to be enough. There's 30 metres in total here. That is incredible. Wow, genuinely, give this a go. Please leave me 1 or 2, because I could definitely do with some of that.
That's really, really good, isn't it?
And don't forget too, copper jewellery is very much a thing for people who wear it around their pulse points. Often it's said to be good for joints, and Gemma Crow wears, for example, a lot of copper jewellery, and she always says if she's feeling a little bit down or low energy, the copper jewellery will sort of change its colour and change its look, and that is absolutely and completely due to the natural beauty of copper. Grab that whilst you can. That is absolute daylight robbery. Well done, all. I'm grabbing that one for myself. £6.95. Well done. And back with you, Claire. So we've learned how to do the weave that's going to go for around the ring shank itself. What section now?
Okay, so on the actual sizing of things, so I've probably got about 2 lots of 20 centimetres there, which is going to be more than enough.
Okay.
And I've just done that 5 and 2 on the actual piece itself. So that will be how you. If I take a scrap little bit of wire, so I'd work out my ring size, and you can use any scrap wire with this. Now you need to allow, maybe take off, I would say maybe about 5 mil at the most. So if I was going to look for that then becomes my gauge of how much of the the weave I was going to need, okay?
Oh,
but what you can also do is you can sort of like pull it out a little bit, and you can see I've left tails on either side, so I can add in either end if I needed to. Okay, so we've got the start of the ring shank there. So I'm just going to start and bring that, start to mould that around my ring mandrel. Okay, so just keep going there. And bring that round.
Jane was asking before about, you know, doing a ring without drill hole, without showing a drill hole. You could actually kind of just make that into a ring, couldn't you?
Yes.
And obviously no gemstone needed then.
Yeah, totally you could. And you could just, so all I'm going to do, I'm just going to, and I'll show you again how you could include just a single gemstone if you wanted to. So all I've done here is, if you can imagine when you sort of crossing wires over, can you see how I'm starting to just crisscross them around, just taking it one at a time, just so that they don't get sort of a neater result. So I'm just going to bring that round. So what you could do there is you could just add in a single gemstone there, and you've got your wires either side to put that in. So all we're looking to do here, it doesn't really matter too much about the, because we're not really going to see these wires. So I'm just going to start to bring that in there. I'll take that out. So I'm just going to bring that in. And we'll cut off some of these because we don't need all these wires now. So I'm just going to keep snipping them off. But you could, if you've got lots of wires there, and because we're doing a little flower, you could make those into a little leaf shape if you wanted to. So I'm going to start to just curl those in. So I'm doing exactly the same on all of them. You can spend a bit longer so it's a little bit neater.
And you could always wire up a little gemstone into each, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could. And you know, you had the block earlier as well.
Yes, the metal block.
Yeah, you could just, if you've got a hammer, you just turn it over and very, very carefully just hammer like that, and so you've got added angles. I'm just going to pick up the one that I've done just so I can see the back here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just start with the two tails that I've got. I'm going to do just a little weave here just to bind them all together. So all I'm doing is a figure of 8, and all of that is going to get covered with the little flower. So I've gone on one side, so I can use this longer one now, and I do again. So I'm going to do a little figure of 8 here, and that binds then the ring shank, so it won't, it's a whole complete circle. So we'll leave that on there. And I snip that one off. So I'm snipping off the shorter one. I'm going to leave that one on because we'll use that to attach the little flower.
Okay.
Okay, so we can put that to, we've made the actual ring, okay? So the next little bit that we're going to make is, let's move that little bit over.
I love that.
See, it's a really, really nice technique.
So cute.
And it's nice if you, however you layer it up, but you can see that the beauty of those garnets then. They are stunning, aren't they?
So pretty.
So as a starting point, because I've still got lots on this strand, so if I were looking at the strand and looking at the different sizes, so what I would think is, I group the larger ones together, and I'd sort of keep those in a pile separate to the others, because they're gonna work very, very well as the most even size petals. So I'd be grouping them again. So the smaller ones there, I'd be looking at sort of similar sizes, because obviously you've got your graduated strand, and rather than taking them off, you know, put them into little groups so that you're all ready to go with that. Right, so I might do that now.
Hi all at Jewellery Maker. Claire, your work is fabulous.
Oh, thank you very much.
As usual. Louse, fabulous. Fabulous. As usual, you are such a talented lady, and that's from Ella.
Thank you very much, Ella. That's really kind of you.
She genuinely is, isn't she?
Thank you very much.
And she's lovely. And she's probably one of the best huggers.
Yeah.
Genuinely. Don't you agree, Pete?
I think so.
I think you're definitely up there.
Thanks,
yeah, definitely.
Pete.
I'm just going to pop on your screen quickly because we have had a lot of sellouts and we're very close to selling out of that wire bundle. Just going to pop up on your screen these, let's say, absolutely looking to be perfect rounds to my eye of your multicoloured pearls. These are absolutely exquisite, aren't they?
They are beautiful.
When you're getting something that is as near to perfect of a round as you possibly could be, you have got a very executive look, haven't you?
That's gorgeous.
What do you love about this strand, please?
Well, I like how, you know, when you put the garnet next to them, how it brings out, because they're multicoloured, aren't they? So they would actually, whatever you put with it, whether it be like some of the silver charms, which I think would highlight out the sort of creamier tones, but once you put it with the garnet, it's bringing out, say, the peaches and the lavenders, isn't it?
Gorgeous, isn't it? It's just incredible. I just love this pairing together. I love the idea of you doing, you know, something like that as the pendant, maybe, you know, just from the base there, I think would be really beautiful. Even as a hair garland, would be gorgeous. These are incredible quality pieces of your freshwater pearls. If I just hold them out, place them down here for you, you'll be able to see there's no great rise and fall in these as they would be if they were potato. These are absolutely exquisite, top-notch quality. If you have got someone that you really, really care about and there is a special event coming up for them, maybe it's a birthday, maybe you're getting them a gift for Valentine's Day, maybe it's an anniversary of some sort, I would strongly suggest that you go for, you know, sort of the iconic pearls if you can stretch to them in your budget. And I would say that these are iconic pearls because of that colour, because of that perfect near... That price is a bargain. That price is...
Yeah, crazy.
When we started doing near round perfect pearls, we were at £100 close to, weren't we? £80 now and again.
Beautiful.
Then we seemed to nudge down to £60. Then we nudged down to 35 now and again, £20.95, not on your Nelly. That is an incredible deal. They are natural in their colour. They are as near perfect to a round as you'll possibly get. I've now only got 3 left, I'm afraid, £20.95. Just whilst you're there, if you're thinking of people you care for, people that you love, people you want to share your interest with, remember we have got a bring a friend for free deal on workshops at the moment. And also, if you're looking at getting someone into jewellery making, this is a great way to do it as well. Right here, $330 for you. It is the With Love from Claire collection that we will be launching. It is your first time to be able to purchase it. You can see you're going to get it all in this lovely sort of bauble. You've got everything you need within here to create this incredible ring, and this is going to launch for you at $330 today, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Back with you, Claire.
Okay. So what you'll need now, and I'll show you. So you can either, if you've got findings, sort of like copper colour findings, then great. If you haven't, then because you've got the 1mm wire, so you can make your own jump rings on there. So I'm just going to show you. So all I'm using is, and you can work with any mandrels that you've got, but this would be a good. This is good to create them. So, and also on your step bail making pliers, you've got different sizes. So if I worked with so a larger size like that, I can actually make myself a different, you know, sort of like a larger flower. So I'm just going to go in with my flush cutters and snip off some of those. So, and I want to make sure that I've got. I'm going to go in and cut on the one side, and then go in and cut on the other, so I get a nice flush edge on both of them. So you can see the difference that this one, I think this one is going to be slightly larger. So I'm just going to bring that in. So all I'm doing is I'm just bringing it in very, very slightly, because I've nipped a bit out when I made it so that it's flush. But you've got your base there now. That's going to be the base in the centre of the flower. So I just swap now. So I've got and I'm going to work on the silver. So hopefully it's going to look it'll look messier, but so you can actually see where the wires connect. So when you're working with a 0.4 in the copper colour and the jump ring in the copper colour, you won't see it as much. So, but because I want you to be able to see it. So I'm picking up the jump ring, and I'm going to use my 0.4 like a needle and thread. So I'm just going to put a little bit of a tail through, and I find the end of my 0.4, and I'm going to go back through the jump ring and back towards me. So I'm just wrapped it round. I'm going to group those two together and really pull quite tightly. And I'm going to do a very, very, just a 1-2 twist, tiara twist. I don't really want to do very much more than that, because if I keep doing a tiara twist and come all the way up here, when I put the gemstone on, it'll only go to there, and I want it to go quite close to the jump ring. So I'm going to snip that off. Just snip that one off. So we've got our 0.4 and the jump ring attached to it. So I've got my, if I just get those all ready, so I've got the little petals there, so you can see those. So I'm going to start to add them on. So I'm going, so the point, so they almost look like a little heart, little petal. So I'm going the point first. So I'm going to let that fall and drop all the way down. Okay, so that's going down there. So what you can do, if you found that you've done like too much of a tiara twist, what you can do is you can sort of just push very, very gently. So with this thumb here, I'm just pushing down so to push it more towards the jump ring. So I'm going to take that wire and I'm going to go at the back. So if I turn it over at the back of the gemstone. Okay, so it's gone all the way at the back. There. Okay, so I'm going to grip that now. So I'm just going to hold here and just wrap 1, 2. Okay, so I've put that on. So that's sort of standing proud now. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to take the end and come up through the middle of the jump ring. So if we're looking, so this is the front facing upwards. So we're going to take that, so we're coming up through the back, up through the jump ring. I'm just going to encourage that, a little bit of a curve there, back towards me, and bring the wire so it's coming out the front here. So now when I put the second one on, again I'm going to pick it up so it's going sort of point first, and let that drop. Just get that over there. So there we go. So now, if I just get that in position, what we need to remember is, if we let that fall all the way to the jump ring, can you see that that is now stepped down? So that was the outer edge, yeah. And this, so this one, it will go in further to the jump ring because we haven't got that tiara twist. So if we just put it back up like that, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to push just a couple of millimeters up. So you see you've got the little bit of the wire that's exposed. So this one, I might have to do, say, 2 twists at the bottom. So I'm just going to hold that there. Okay, so I'm going to just bring that and wrap that round. But if you don't do that, what will happen is it will jump, it will sort of go too close to the jump ring, and you'll have a stepped look as you're going round. So if I swap to this one now, so we've done our the full circle round. So what you could do is you could leave it like that, and that's a really nice little flower, which would be a nice brooch, or for a hair comb, or on a choker, that'd be nice. So I'm going to bring that through. So now all I'm going to do that, and I won't do it all because you're just repeating it, but you're going to, I would actually drop down a size on the little groups that I'd have done before, and you're going to make it a little bit more three-dimensional. So I'm just going to pull that forward, and I'll do one, and then you can see how we attach it on. So again, so I'm just going to hold here and do again that little wrap just to strengthen where it comes out. But you can see straight away now that second layer is making it much more three-dimensional. What have I done with it? Oh, you've got it again, yeah?
Sorry, I've stolen it.
That's all right, that's okay.
It's us. Three-dimensional.
So you'd work all the way along. So now, and I think it was Jane, wasn't it, that had mentioned about
it? Was lovely Jane.
So let's have a look. Let's try and find a
just
suitable
whilst you're
centre.
finding,
yes,
let me say, whilst you are finding, I have got Ocean Jasper rounds coming up for you and a few tickety boos. I also think today I might have the very rare opportunity to bring you a multicoloured Ethiopian opal. Get ready to get excited. I'm just going to show you the very, very few end ones.
Ooh.
Ooh. This is the end, what, like 4 you're looking at here?
Look at that. Look at that incredible. How much red can you see in the first one and green in the second? Look. This is incredible quality. You need to get this home to appreciate it, because if I just show you in real life the central few, I want you to.
They're amazing, aren't they?
I mean, the colours. You're getting an okay amount of colour, but it's so much better in real life. It's because opal is diminished by this faux light. So the fact that you can see that amount of, well, it's sort of, I'd almost go as far as say Harlequin. It's not Harlequin, because if this were Harlequin, you'd literally probably pay about £100 for that one. But very, very similar to a Harlequin-like fire you're getting in this. You are getting some of the colour, but the actual colours you see within this is so much more profound and so much better in real life. This is a very, very rare opportunity to get your hands on incredible multicoloured Ethiopian opal. Get this home. It's a 30-day money-back guarantee. No questions, no quibbles. I'm asking you to take advantage of that, because truly this is one that needs to be seen to be believed. It looks good on your screen right now. It looks magical in real life. This, for the carat weight, could quite easily demand £100 price point. Could quite easily, genuinely. If this was classified, if that one got taken away and tested, this one alone, or even that one actually, because that's got a few of these sort of separation spots. If those two alone got taken away and got classified as Harlequin, you could be paying triple figures for those ones on the strand. But actually, you know, you've got such a range of different qualities of fire within this. It's incredible, genuinely, isn't it? Get this home to appreciate it, because you're going to, well, you won't be using the 30-day money-back guarantee because it's that incredible, but you have the chance to do it if you so wish. Claire, you've got the centre you needed.
Okay, thank you. So all I've done is I've just finished off and done that sort of that second row there. So I just put four little petals into there. Okay, so you can see now it's very, very three-dimensional. So what I'd say, just jumping to the second kit as well, if you ever make any poppies, so if you put, because we've got some spinel in there, and so they work beautifully in there. So if I just show you that, that's from the second kit. That's really nice. So you can see that little poppy there.
That's a lovely idea.
Yeah. So we'll leave that for a minute. Okay. So we've got the flower now, and we've got the ring shanks. So what I can start to do is I can now start to, again, just use that 0.4. So I'm not going to put the centre bit in at the moment. I'm just going to pull that through, and all I'm going to do is going to stitch through. If I can just find the hole there. Let's bring that in. Ooh, there we go. Just going to bring that through there, and I'm stitching in. So little loose stitch at first until I'm happy with the position. And you will obviously do this so it's a lot more secure than I'm doing it now. I'm just working my way all the way around, nice and evenly. And you can see, so that is starting to, that covers all the detail there. So when you've started, okay, and you work all the way around, and that becomes very, very secure, okay?
You can see that instantly, actually.
Yeah, and that's covering everything at the back. So when you're happy with all of that, so let's just snip off some of these. The last thing you're going to do is, let's just get rid of that one. And this is where it might be useful for Jane. So if I just bring that in. So I'm going to take one of the rondelles. Okay, so I've got that. Now if I let that just drop, you can see there. So if I let that drop, you'd see the drill hole straight away. So I'm going to pull it out a little bit. So I've got the gemstone there. I'm just going to can you see that little kink that I'm going to put in there? So what that does, that's just going to push it so that I see the front of the gemstone. Okay. So I'm going to hold there again on the other side, and again like a needle and thread, and just bring that through the centre, holding it down, and bring through, and that will cover any of the workings that I've got at the front. So again, I'm just going to tie that little end off there, and I've got loads of spaces to do that, and you can do that a lot neater than that is. And you can get rid of that. And there you go, you've got your little ring.
That is so, so beautiful.
Thank you.
I absolutely adore that.
Thanks very much.
Anyone could wear that, couldn't they? Anybody. I mean, I'm enjoying wearing this. I'm sure you would too. I can imagine your daughters loving it as well. It's just such a beautiful piece. I really like this so much. Yeah, Pete, maybe, why not? Thank you so much for showing us how to do that. It's fab, that, isn't it? I'm about to bring you a tool that we have not seen in 2 years. Apparently, that's the last time it was sold by itself. 2 years since the sandbag. Ooh. Take a little look. You might think, what on earth is this for? Well, it's for many, 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 many different things. I brought you the steel block, which has escaped me now. It's run away somewhere earlier on. And you can use this along with your steel block. Thank you very much, bro. So you can use this alongside your steel block for many different reasons. So if we're going to hammer onto this, dare I do dare. It's going to be working onto your hardened surface. It's going to be, oh, that's even better. Thanks. It's noisy basically because it's metal impacting onto something sturdy. Whether this is your workbench, whether it's your dining room table, whatever, it's noisy. So you can actually use this as a what is it? Oh, that's lovely, that one. As a buffer, let's say, a buffer for its sound because it diminishes the sound. It's also protective as well, of course, to your table, because if you're hammering onto, say, your wooden dining room table, you don't want a mark or an etch or an outline to be left, so you can use it in that way. But also it's used for forming as well. So you can actually use this as is to, obviously this is all packaged up, but if you had, for example, your piece of metal, whether it be one of your blanks or whether it be a piece you've cut yourself, maybe a copper, you actually can hammer onto this and use it almost as a doming block, can't you?
Yes, yeah, you can, yeah. Nice curves for bangles and cuffs and bracelets, yeah.
And it gives you that really natural, organic curvature, doesn't it? This is one of those tools that when you get it home, you're going to see exactly how much you can use this for. It's only £4.95. It's very, very, very useful indeed. And it is such high quality because I can't remember for the life of me who it was when we launched this years ago, I'm talking now. And we had a guest designer on who said that she'd actually bought one from somewhere else and it split within moments of using it. Ours, I don't know if you can see this, is double-edged. So you've got the double edging around there, which means you've got double the security. And if I turn it to the side again, look at how thick that leather is. Now that is sturdy. This isn't something that's, you know, you're going to get sort of 2 or 3 uses out of. This is something lasting. You only need to buy it once. Once you've got it, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I've had mine for ages. I don't know if I've got it with me today. I usually have it in my bag, yeah, ages and ages.
So what do you use yours for?
All the time for stamping.
Sorry, am I taking all the ideas now? I'm sorry. No, but I have seen, you know, you as a wire worker and a metal worker. What do you personally use it for?
I do like it, so yeah.
You use it that way?
Yes, I do, yeah.
Too.
Yeah, because I live in a terraced house, so you need to think about your neighbours, don't you?
Of course you do. And also, I have seen people using this with taking the edges off their, you know, when you cut metal and it's very sharp. I've seen people using this to file off as well.
Yeah.
Because obviously you don't want to be filing onto your table. You don't really want to be filing into mid-air.
Yeah.
So I have actually seen people using this to smooth off edges as well. It's a really cool piece of equipment for £4.95, isn't it?
And it's very tactile, isn't it? You do.
Yeah, it is. It's lovely. It's just dead nice.
With it.
Oh, it is. And it is filled with sand. Hence the name sandbag, but it is filled with sand, which takes a lot of the impact, takes a lot of the power.
Yeah.
So even if you're using, you know, large. What are you doing there?
Oh, there's a little split, so I was feeling it in there. Feeling it in there.
Right, why? Soft, smooth,
yes, nice,
lovely.
isn't it?
Yes, lovely. So it's a really cool piece of equipment here, basically. Great one for you for many different reasons. In particular, if you do anything to do with metal, I would personally say. Maybe you use it for something different. Actually, that's another thing I've seen people use it for. Oh, holding a bezel of some sort, but I can't remember exactly why. But yeah, it's a really cool piece of equipment to have. It's only £4.95, and you can use it for many, many different things, including...
Rest your elbows on it, couldn't you? Like that.
What for?
Well, if you're working with a lot of jump rings, like that.
Good point. That's
The
a very
pliers.
good point. Do you mind handing those round nose pliers to me, lovely lass?
These ones here,
Oh,
the nylon jaw ones.
Nylon jaw
Which
or round
ones are the
nose?
round nose?
Round nose pliers. Now, you will get round nose pliers in your beginner's pack. You may well have used them and used them and used them. You may well have got little nooks in them, because when you're learning, you can be a little bit heavy-handed sometimes you're a bit clumsy, sometimes you might try and use these with something that maybe, you know, is too strong for them, and you might get a little bit of a dint, so you may well need a bit of an upgrade. And these most certainly are an upgrade, because, as you may well be able to see if I close them, look at how delicate a point those go to. I don't know if you can see that. They go to such a delicate a point. Now that means that you have got here the opportunity to do tiny, tiny, delicate little loops. Sometimes you want a loop to almost be invisible. You want it to do a job, which is to hold something on or to hide something away, but you want it to be nearly invisible. These are going to be great for that. Sorry, have you opened a round nose plier shop? By any chance?
These are my most favourite round nose pliers. So in my toolkit today, just that I've got three sets of them. They are, you know, and you think about it, so we do all the other really fancy ones as well. These are my very favourites.
Why?
Because I like that they've got a really fine tip to them. I like the handle. It's a nice grip on them. I like they're glittery as well. They're just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. They're really comfortable, fine pliers.
They are. They go to such a point, and they are very flush down the entire amount, which is fantastic. Also, a lovely graduation on them. So if you do want a larger loop, you go towards the end, finer, right towards the edge.
And don't forget that little bit, you know, when you open it up there, that little bit in there, you can use that as like a flat nose plier as well. See in there?
Of course you can.
So you can just squish your wire in there.
Great idea, great point. They're a really cool piece of equipment. They don't have the loose springs, so they keep that boingability, if you will.
Brilliant.
$3.95 for you today.
Yeah,
and
it's a lovely spring actually.
it
Really
is,
nice.
because there are some, genuinely though, there are some that have the coil spring, and I've bought some in the past that have the coil spring, and after a while, just like on secateurs, the coil can weaken because it's just like over bouncing wire over and over and over again. It can weaken and they can snap and they can rust, and then they'll still work. You just have to prise them apart. These, because they've got the they haven't got the open coil, I'm going to do that. $3.95 for you today. Good work, one and all, on those ones. If you've lost your round nose pliers, or you need a spare set of round nose pliers, or maybe you have a travel round nose plier. If you're you know, going on your jolly bobs, then these are going to be a great one to add to your collection, aren't they?
They are. They're brilliant. Absolutely lovely. I love them.
If you haven't got, this is my ways of thinking of it. If you haven't got a round nose plier, there's nothing else really you can use. Bail making pliers, yes, you can use that. But
they're not tapered, are they?
Exactly.
So, yeah, I think you've got to have a pair of them. I can't see how you could make, you know, all your loops and your wrap loops and things like that.
That's true.
You couldn't do it.
And don't forget, you can use these with many different mediums, and you can use them to make different things. You can use them to make clasps, earring findings, wirework kites, maybe. Yes, it's National Kite Day, everybody. We brought this up earlier. Would you like another kite fact?
Yeah, go on.
Let's play. Guess the smallest kite that can fly. I want its size. The smallest kite that can fly. 2 inches.
I'm going to say 5 centimetres.
5 centimetres.
1 inch.
1 inch. 10 centimetres. You're all wrong. It's 5 millimetres. 5 millimetres in size.
That's teeny.
Half a centimetre. That is the smallest kite made that can fly. Half a centimetre.
Aww.
See, you thought
I
these
bet that's
fun
cute.
facts would end, but no. Okay, I'm going to bring you some chain nose pliers now. These are the long, not extra long, long. Chain nose, extra long, chain nose, long. Why do we need a long nose chain plier on our pliers, Claire?
Well, you can get into, sometimes you might do a piece of jewellery that you need to, it's a long distance to get into, so you might need the longer The longer length.
Totally. I think these are great because they're longer. They graduate out more gently, I think, than others. So if you've got, say you're going from, now this is not the stats on it, but let me try and open this. If I can't, well, I'll open it when we're not looking at it. But yeah, if we, I can't open it, that's impossible. No, it's not. It was glued at one side. You have got here, let's say we're going from 3mm, which is just smaller than the smallest kite that can fly, all the way up to about 1 centimetre. If you're going that distance inside from a shorter space, it's a much quicker graduation. It has to be to get from that thickness point to that thickness point. With this, it's more gentle. So great for doing angles, for example, on your prong settings, because sometimes, you know, you want to do a larger prong for a larger gemstone or a larger step up. These are also much more different than the ones you get, say, in your beginner's pack, because actually the final width of these is much larger. So again, for bigger, bolder gemstones, this is a better way of doing it, isn't it? Oh, in fact, you've got to sit there. Can I borrow them?
And for your wire writing, that would be actually really good, wouldn't it?
Show you the difference.
Wanted to do, say, on a larger scale, that would be... Yeah.
So that's a vast difference, as you can see, from what it goes to what it goes from. On the original and on the extra long nose ones. These ones are your 5.5 inch, also actually handle quite a bit longer. A little bit longer, so maybe a little bit more comfortable. £4.95 is your deal on these ones today. Great for your angles. Don't forget, I've got more genuine gemstone kits coming up. I've got amethyst and spinel coming up in the next kit, which is something to look forward to. I've also got more tools, more goodies, so do not go anywhere today. We've got loads coming up for you, including must-haves like this. And we don't get to see tools by themselves often, do we?
We don't. We don't.
So it's a great way to be able to have them and add them into your collection. And also good for the likes of your wire work as well, which of course we're talking about today.
Yeah.
Ah, good point, chainmail, of course, yeah. £4.95, well done. I've got one more to squeeze in before the Ocean Jasper Perfect Round. Nylon jawed round nose. I haven't seen these in ages. Nylon jaws are what guest designers talk about so much. And I don't know if this is just me who's noticed this, but it used to be guest designers always using the nylon jaw pliers. Always. They were out for wirework squidging, as we called it. They were out to make loops. They were out to do findings. The nylon jaws were always out. And I've seen that happen less and less and less. And I actually asked Spelby about this the other day. About, I haven't seen you using your nylon jaw pliers in a while, because we were talking about something to do with them. She said, oh yeah, because they've worn out over time and we haven't had any in for her to rebuy them. So these are an absolute must-have if that has happened to you. Basically, round nose pliers are, as we've seen, they're for making loops, they're for doing your wire work. But these are fantastic if you've only been making jewellery for 1 day, 1 year or 10 years. Because they have a nylon coating, so when you're working with wire, it's not metal on metal, it's nylon on metal. So that means colour less likely to flake. Metal less likely to get dints in it and rivets in it. Should be, I've just heard. Right, everyone, fly in for these. We do not get to see these often at all. We do not get to see these hardly ever. Grab them, get them in your baskets right now. You're all doing it. Oh no, says Tom. These are a must-have.
Oh. Wow.
That is not the type of price point we should do on things like this at all. Tom's just gone, I'm going to get in trouble for that, probably. I mean, you're working with those ones now, aren't you?
I just wanted to, so if depending on, especially if you are new and you, and how much pressure to put onto wire. If you have a look with your round nose pliers, so if I've gripped like this piece of wire a little bit too hard, can you see that? Can you see the little tiny dint that has left in that wire there? Can you see just here? Can you see the little? Yeah. Can you see that? Because I've gripped with my round nose a little bit too hard, and it's left that. So rather than
which is easy to do when you're new.
It's very, very, very easy because it's just you sort of you're not too sure about how much pressure to put on, and especially in your round nose. Yeah. It doesn't really disperse because it's sort of you've got a very, very small area.
With these ones though, I am putting on serious amounts of pressure there, and absolutely nothing because it's not metal on metal.
Yeah.
But it still does the same job. It still grips and you can still coil with these. It does the same job. It's just, and it's great for coloured wires too.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and your sterling silver, things like that. Yeah.
Brilliant. Loads of you in for that. That is a very naughty price point on a bit of a must-have tool. Okay, it's time to bring you this Star by beautiful rounds of an unusual, rare gemstone. We brought you similar nuggets earlier on. Now, if you want a bit of symmetry to your designs, this is the way you can get it. Perfect rounds, ocean jasper, star by. It's just that they're all so unique. It's almost impossible to pick out which would be your favourite, which would be for who, which would be for what. They're character filled, aren't they?
They are. I do like that one there. I think that one might be, or that one there.
Every single one of these is unique and individual because it is so captivating in its individuality. It has this Mother Nature aspect to it because it is totally natural, that has personality. You've got some in here which are almost scenic, almost picture jasper, almost sort of an adventurous looking stone. And then you have some that are slightly more demure, maybe more of the wallflower effect to them. You have some in here that almost look planetary, don't you? You have some in this that almost look sort of out of this world. You've got really unique and individual pieces along this strand. And I adore that because it means it is so simple to create a whole collection of jewellery using multiples of this strand that, although they're unique and individual and separate, tie in together perfectly. Because I don't know about you, but I think if you do craft fairs or creative fairs or events like I do, sometimes it's very hard to create all the things you want to create, but it to look professional on your stand and tie in together. Sometimes you might have to have different collections. You might have to have, okay, well, this is the green section with all the, you know, garden inspired pieces. This is my industrial section. Sometimes you have to have that on your stand because otherwise it looks a bit higgledy-piggledy, a little bit sort of mismatching, if that makes sense. Whereas with this, I think it's going to tie in beautifully with so much, making you and your stand and your business look professional whilst using genuine gemstones. Claire, what's your input on this?
I would completely agree with you. And just looking at these examples here, so if you're having those on your stand, because it's a nice size, isn't it? And you do your stretchy bracelets, so and a 10mm is lovely for that.
Yeah.
And with that strand, so you've got like your both genders, isn't it? So your unisex jewellery. That's going to be, you know, quick, easy make, stretchy bracelets. Whether you put sort of like this one, so you've got your focal, you know, your sterling silver, and your jump rings, or you just have it, so it's a straightforward, stretchy. It's going to look very professional. And it's going to work with whatever else you've got, as you can see. Yeah. I mean, that plays in with all of them, doesn't it? Even
it does.
With sort of the purpley colours.
Yeah, it does.
That's going to look very professional, I think. And it's Mother Nature's colours too, so I think that's quite inspirational to a lot of people, isn't it?
And you could, especially if you've got your
It's like a game of Twister.
Your back off a bundle, you could make your own jump rings, couldn't you? You know how I did in the demo on the bell making? That would look very nice as your spacers.
It really would, wouldn't it?
Perfect match.
And that is what we have here. You have something which is matching perfection. You know, they're unique and individual, but they match up. This is just £8.95 for you today on this one. It is a very good deal for something we don't get to see often. I don't know how many strands of ocean jasper you personally own, but it's not one that we get to see that often. Yeah, it's dramatic, it's dynamic, and it works with other pieces of jewellery.
It does. It does.
It's going to go great with the ones in your kit, actually, to bring out those hues, that stunning peridot and that incredible garnet, remember. That really gives a pop, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's lovely. And then bring that in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Do not forget as well, you know, you can use things like that in wire work. Imagine getting the launch half an hour away, 4 hours, sorry, with Love from Claire collection. You have got the opportunity to, you know, learn this technique all in one. The best price point I think we've done on these collections so far. But you can learn the technique that might help you, you know, incorporate things like this into your design. So you're not just going to learn from this collection how to make this piece, you're going to learn skills to help you make a full range. We are about to head on into a break. You have got just enough amount of time to maybe make yourself a brew. Maybe I don't know, put a wash on. But do make sure you're back with us. Put a wash on. That's the stuff. That's what I do in a break.
Do
put
you?
a wash on. Yeah. Quick, go. What do you mean? Who's got time to do that? You push a button. Go. Anyway, yes, and we're about to head to a break. Go and do whatever you wish to. Just make sure you are back in about 3.5 minutes, because B Diddy's taking over and she is about to give you some treats and deals. We're back with Claire in a few.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting. But being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker. If you have a question or a query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2. Or alternatively, you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
Buying from Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When we bring an item to you, all the graphics come on screen, and this gives you all the information that you will need to know, from the item code to the product description with all of the key information. Then the price comes on, and whether you join at the beginning or at the end of the offer, everyone pays the final on-screen price. So, when you see an item that you would like to buy, simply pick up the phone and dial our free phone number, and you'll get through to our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, you can join us at www.jewellerymaker.com and start your jewellery making journey today. Jewellery Maker, the one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
Fire opal can be found in a handful of locations around the world, but the most significant discovery of fire opal has been in Mexico. Regarded as the country's national gemstone, this beautiful gem displays rich orange, red and yellow tones, emulating the burning Mexican sunrise. Fire opal forms when water seeps into silica-rich lava, filling seams and hollows. Under the intense heat and pressure, the silica forms a solid gel that traps the remaining water within its structure. This is the reason that this gem is usually discovered in the mountain region where extinct volcanoes shape the landscape, or in crevices and cavities and found in long, winding, narrow passages. Fire opal looks best during daytime or when the sun rises, displaying vivid colours and fire, which are truly stunning. Fire opal on Jewellery Maker. Our Jewellery Maker community is a fantastic platform to share, learn, chat and make new friends. So why not like our Facebook page and join over 64,000 like-minded people?
that's remind me to talk to you about that car in a bit. The launch of our With Love from Claire bundle. The best value for money one thus far. Perhaps full stop. Oh, I'm so excited to bring you this. Wonderful, lovely lady Claire. Hello, welcome. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Well, actually, I'm really cold.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm really cold.
We have just popped the blower off.
Have you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh, golly.
Yeah.
That is cold. We've turned the heating on. Yeah. Do you want to borrow Michael's scarf?
You can have it if you want.
Oh, yes, please.
Okay, lovely. We'll sort that out for you now. That is coming up for you in literally half an hour. Heads up on silver-plated wire bundle. And a champagne one too. These are coming up for you in this hour. Well, in the rest of this show. Get rid of the yellow gold one. Catch! Good work. Gosh, that was good, Emma.
Wow.
It's a silver bundle. Any more quirky gauges? Yeah,
Yes,
1.25, 0.4. Ooh, that's a good collection. They're all coming up. I've also got Champagne Gold collection coming up.
Wow.
They're coming up whenever, these are my producer's words, I feel like it. Whenever I feel like it. We're just gonna pounce them on you. Don't forget that the peacock pearls are coming up in this hour for you. The coins.
Beautiful.
Coming up before the end of the hour. Basically, I have got oodles and noodles and noodles of goodies coming up today, haven't I? I've also got more of my lovely Claire. If she was part of the Hair Bear bunch, she'd be Claire bunch. Hi, lovely. How are you?
Very good. Very good. Having a nice afternoon. Thank you.
Good. I have just done the Ocean Jasper rounds. Yeah, they were very, very popular indeed, just before the break. Very popular. Is there another? There should be another, I'm being told. Hey, up, hang on. These are the ones we did just before the break. Sterling silver butterfly bezel. Yeah, go for it. Right, we were chatting bezels before actually, weren't we? Saying bezels, lovely to be able to get them in different shapes, different looks, different sizes.
Yeah, I've worked with this one, it's lovely. I've worked with Cerulean on this one. It's really, really pretty.
For anybody who doesn't know what a bezel is, let's talk about it. It's essentially, in this instance, think of it as a framing device. A framing device for resin, polymer clay, cerulean, F-colour, what's the one where, well, flooding with resins, I suppose is what I was going to say. You can also use this with the likes of essentially anything that you can pour and set, in essence, or shape and set. Custard. I don't know, custard doesn't really set so much, does it? But you
nail
have
varnish.
got...
People do things with nail varnish,
True,
don't they?
very,
Pop it
very
in
good.
there.
Yeah, marbling you can do with this. There's loads you can do with it, and it's basically a way of framing something a bit different. And you can frame something flat. So, for example, if you used nail varnish, because it's viscosity, it doesn't dome as much as, say, doming resin would. So you're going to get this sinking concave almost finish to it, but you can do spirals and swirls within that, or you can do a very 3D look, for example with, you know, metal clays or any clays actually. You could do sort of 3D doming looks with the likes of your cerulean as well.
Yeah,
you can add Swarovski into this. This is 925, which is lovely to see in a bezel. This is going so far under 5. B. Diddy can't even cope. You're going to be multi-buying this, I imagine.
Ooh.
This is solid sterling silver. We do not get to see solid sterling silver that often, do we? I don't think we do. Not in bezels. When we first started doing bezels, we were just doing them in copper. maybe silver plated now and again. But now we're bringing you solid sterling silver at prices like £2.95. I want these in rings.
Yes, it'd be a perfect ring.
I want a full kaleidoscope of these rings. Different lengths, different sizes, different, different sizes in sense of, demi ring, midi ring.
I mean, it would just be like a lovely fancy link, wouldn't it? Yeah, that sort of price you could like multi-buy and just have a full bracelet out of them and just put your jump rings in between. And I wouldn't necessarily put anything in them because they're pretty enough, aren't they?
They are
well?
beautiful,
That like little beading edge to them.
You're right, actually. I've just had an idea, actually. You could even get sort of sterling silver wire and shape it in there, couldn't you? Shape it in there and then put maybe a clear resin over the top to set that in. But I just think that'd give a really, if you just want silver look, that could give a really lovely, intricate look to it. This is just £2.95 for you today, and it is flying out the door as we speak. Do you know what will go lovely with it too? Iolite squares. Because of the changing colour of butterflies and the changing colour of iolite, they'd be lovely together, wouldn't they? That is going to work so nicely together. Iolite is one of the most ancient devices used for navigation. Back in the ancient days when we were out off exploring new lands, we used to use this and crows to help us find new lands, to help us find our direction. You used to have a piece of this on the helm of a ship, and depending on what colour it would change would depend on which angle the light comes into this. So for example, if the piece is facing north because of the structure of this, which is sort of lattice almost, if it's heading north it will be this deep, rich, vivid blue, and if you are heading east to west, then it will be that golden colour. It's because of the lattice work in this. We used to use crows because you'd set them off from the crow's nest, they'd go flying. If they came back, there was no land around. They were getting tired, they'd think better to come back to the ship. So yeah, this and crows, very, very ancient device. But the thing that still stands about this is not only is it still used as a navigational device actually, but also it still stands that this has got that wonderful colour change property to it. When you get this home, you'll be able to appreciate it more because obviously you've got natural light, which is where this reaction takes place better. For me, I think you're going to get to see that interaction because the shape of these is so quirky, isn't it?
Slab shape, yeah.
It's a really, really cool shape. I love the idea of a mosaic style design with these, don't you?
Yeah, and you could do that in your resin, couldn't you? You could
Lovely
sort of
idea.
lay them out flat.
Be great those earrings that I did, the stud earrings where you put the stud star on the front.
Oh yeah, it could be like a star against like the night sky,
Like a
wouldn't it?
starry
That'd be-
night. Yeah, hang on, I've still got them here. Let me show you. Da, 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 da. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh! Like, could you miss it? But that looked lovely, didn't it? A shooting star, of course. This is your lovely Iolite 42 carat for just £6.95. It's quirky, it's unique, it's individual. Speaking of shooting stars, you heard about that car that's gone into space? Have you heard about this?
No, I haven't. No.
Yesterday, a car, a roadster, bright red roadster, got put onto the top of a rocket and got shot into space. It was heading for Mars, but apparently the thrusters, the boosters stayed on for too long. So it's gone past it and it's gone into this like belt where there's like a big asteroid is floating around in.
Oh, actually.
But yeah, it's like a convertible.
I have heard about it. Isn't it playing? Is it playing David Bowie or something?
It is
like
Starman.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And it's playing Starman by David Bowie in it, and it's got etched into the side of it. I can't remember the exact words, but it's something like "made by humans on planet Earth." It's scratched into the side of it. That's pretty incredible, though, isn't it?
That is.
And they've actually sent out a picture of it in space. It's incredible. You should check it out. It looks really, really weird. Anyway, that's kind of what this made me think of then. Do I have any what, sweetheart? Say that again. Trigger clasps. Yep, should do. Gold. Got them right here, my love. Trigger clasps for you now.
Big one.
What's good about that?
Well, it's easy to open and close, isn't it?
Very true. Because they're a larger piece, they've got more of an access point to hold them. They've got more of a grip to hold them and to open them up. So you pull that section back and they open. These are a clasp, essentially. Use them on your necklace. Use them on your lovely bracelets. You're going to be able to use these for a lot because of the size of them. And a lot of big chunky jewellery. So, and this may well just be me. It could well just be me. But if I've got something huge, like these pearls, I want a big clasp. You know what I mean? I want the balance of it to look right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want, say, if the clasp was half that size, I personally would feel it was a bit unbalanced. Whereas these pearls, by the way, I'm doing for you very, very soon in this hour. But that and that together, I think.
Even just one on it, almost like some sort of charm, because they've got an open jump ring on those, so that'd be very, very useful.
Yeah. And you could do them as bag charms, as if you. I've got a purse like this where there's the main section of the purse and then there's a little zip on one side, and the zip is like tiny, it's minuscule. You know, attaching something like this and that onto a zip just to make it a bit more easy to work with. Oh, you've got an idea. The butterflies are back.
The back out.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's perfect. Isn't that be a really sweet little charm there?
Let me tilt it for you. There you are, blinking you with it. Isn't that a lovely idea? We couldn't find these butterflies before. Maybe B. Diddy will have more luck. They were very pretty. Yeah, that'd be gorgeous on there, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? In fact, B. Diddy's found him.
Yay!
She's good. Tom couldn't find him. B. Diddy can. We'll do them next. 925 sterling silver with gold over the top of it. £6.95, and that's for all three of these big statement large pieces. If you've got a collection that's maybe a little bit trickaroony to work with at home, then don't worry, because these are a little bit more statement, a little bit larger, maybe easier to undo than your delicate dainty ones. Claire's just whipping up a quick piece for us now, aren't you, using one of these?
Yeah, I really like these butterflies, so I'm going to
make us a piece of something with them.
yeah.
Just open that jump ring, popped it on, closed it up. It's all sterling silver and gold. Done. How cool is that as just an easy, quick
lovely, isn't
piece?
it?
Yeah, that's gorgeous. So, you saw how quick that was to make. What would you do with that?
Well, I'd put it on here. There we go, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, and then...
And walk away with it.
Probably.
Have a look.
There we go.
Oh, cute. So like a little charm. Alternate, so you can alternate, sorry,
Yeah.
pieces. What else could you pop that onto?
Like a zip, like you've said, couldn't you? Yeah. Be a zip.
Maybe onto your mobile phone charm.
Yeah.
That'd be quite cute, wouldn't it? Quite like the idea of it in a hair bubble.
Oh, yeah.
Clip it onto a hair bubble.
Yeah, that'd be really nice. There's a lot of hair jewellery, isn't there?
Loads. Beard jewellery we were talking about before, weren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, you could though, couldn't you, with something like that, although it's usually the corkscrew design that they have, but you could attach something like that onto it. I think with this kind of design, that obviously Claire's showing off beautifully, there's a lot you can do with it because it is such high quality. The shine on these...
It's fabulous, isn't it?
You can't ignore it, can you? Just look at that.
I like the way they're curved. That's a nice... So not flat. They'd be lovely if they were flat, but the fact that they're...
You could flatten them out, of course, if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But this is the exciting thing about having the curvature. This side looks gold and this side looks like an antique bronze, but it's purely because of where the light's hitting. So now it all looks antique bronze. Now it all looks kind of golden. Now it almost looks sort of like a swirl of melting gold. That is the great thing about jewellery that is high quality. If these weren't polished beautifully, if it wasn't top-notch sterling silver and top-notch gold plating, you wouldn't get that light interaction. You wouldn't get that impressive dispersion of colours and light and interest. Yet you do with these because the quality of them is top-notch. Not only the quality of the sterling silver, which gives the high shine, but also the quality of the gold, which goes over the top of these. But also for the fact, the depth of it. If these were fiddly little pieces, you wouldn't be able to keep that curvature. If they were tiny little sort of whispers of metal, you wouldn't be able to get that curvature and keep that curvature as well as you have. Yet with these ones, you can't. We're taking them under 10 for you today. This is for 3 of them. I'm just showing you 2 for now. 3 of them you're getting in this collection. And today, you are getting a discounted deal. £9.95. We've gone under £10 on these ones for you today. You can just easily add them on to the class I did previously if you wished, or of course you can, you know, put these into your wirework designs, put these into your seed bead designs, pop it onto
shepherd's hook, anything could be really, really useful.
Well, you've
really
got 3,
useful.
so you can do a pair of earrings and a necklace.
Yes.
Couldn't you?
Yes, you could, yeah.
You could do sort of layer these, so you could do layers of different lengths of chain coming from
that'd
the
be
waterfall
nice.
style.
Yes, that'd be lovely.
Waterfall style, so link of chain, say 2 links of chain coming from the back here, and these, and as you move, they kind of look like they're sort of fluttering along beside.
That'd be really lovely.
They're cute, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love the idea of.
Yes, you could make your flower and then wire on your butterfly, couldn't you? That'd be lovely.
This was from the first kit, by the way. Exceptional quality of your rhodolite garnet there, and gorgeous peridot we had in there, loads of goodies. But yeah, love that idea. Well done, everybody. £9.95 for 3 of those butterflies. I'll just put these 2 back here now.
Okay.
Okay. Silver wire. Ooh, we're popping the bundle on for you now. So for anyone who doesn't know what wire is, tell us what wire is and why our wire here at Jewellery Maker is so good.
So wire is, so that you've got your copper core and then you've got your silver plating over the top of it. And so that allows you to, so rather than say maybe your beading style of jewellery, that's more sort of your structural pieces. You can make, you know, if you don't want to do sort of like full-on weaving and things like that, you could do just links on their own. But when you've got a bundle like that, so you've got all your different gauges. So you've got your really fine gauge, like your 0.4, then your mid gauges, and then your real big structural, you know, your 1.25.
So you've got in here a big sort of differentiation in these ones, haven't you?
In our most popular colour, isn't it? It's, you know,
silver, yeah. Out of the sort of go-to colours. I'm going to go through each of them, if I may, so you know exactly what you're getting. 1.25. It's big, it's bold, it's sturdy. You are getting a whopping 10 metres. Now that is a big amount, isn't it, for this one?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And you're not just getting 1, you're getting 2 of those ones.
Me.
So you're getting 20 metres worth of your 1.25.
That's incredible.
That's really a big amount for that metal, isn't it? You're also getting 0.8, 10 metres worth there. Great for your finding, great for ring shanks. 10 metres plus another spool at another 10 metres. So you have got here a big amount yet again. You've then got now 2 of your 0.4s. 2 of your 0.4s in there. That is 10 metres on each. And I, for some reason, have only got 1 of my 0.6s here. So is that set? You do get 2. So you do get 2. So 8 spools in total. 8 spools in total. So 2 of the 1.25, 2 of the 0.8, 2 of the 0.6, and 2 of the 0.4. 8 in total. Sorry, we've only got 7 here, but you will be getting 8. What is 8 spools of wire going to be good for? Well, it's going to be good for huge pieces. It's going to be good for dramatic pieces. It's going to be good for maybe workshops, fairs. What would you say this amount of wire is good for?
Well, doing all of your jewellery. If you think about like the demo that we did before, so you know we did that 5 and 2 weave.
Yeah.
You know, so you could do exactly, you know, do that with either of your, you know, your 0.8 and your 0.4. But obviously not in the copper, in the silver colour. I mean, that will last you for ages, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely ages.
It really will.
But that I've never seen that grouped together. That's fabulous. That's really good. I've never seen that in a kit. So fabulous. Because you do like again, if you think about like bridal commissions, about cake toppers, things like that, having it in that gauge, and in the silver as well is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Do your wire writing.
And you've only got 38 left opportunities, so grab them whilst you can, everyone. You've got a big mix of gauges. As I've said, 8 you will be getting in total. 1.25, 0.8, 0.6, 0.4, £2.25 each these are going to go for? What? I wouldn't expect £2.25 for the 0.6, the 0.8, let alone the 1.25. That is incredible. £17.95 for 8 spools of these in total. What an absolute treat. And in one of your go-to favourite colours as well. We were very close to selling out on the pearl wire I did earlier on. The copper wire is nearly gone as well that I did earlier on. I've got champagne wire coming up for you in a little bit. So basically, grab your hand on these treats whilst you can, because we don't get to see too many wire bundles, do we?
That's brilliant.
Really? Sissy's in saying, if I bought that here, I'd be looking at least $85. Oh. But that goes to show how incredible. Thank you for that message, Sissy. That goes to show how incredible this deal is. Because even for Sissy, obviously she's in America, so she'd have to pay a little bit more postage packaging. But even with that in mind...
I wonder what time it is then with Sissy. It's a big difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sissy usually says.
Yeah. I've forgotten what the time difference is. 9:22 in the morning, apparently.
Ah, good morning, then.
Good morning! I hope you're having a lovely day today. But yeah, well done to everyone. Sissy, if you're grabbing your hands on these ones, I'm not surprised. It's going to save you a fair bit of money, isn't it? $85. 20 of these ones available. Okay, if you've never ordered with us before, now is your chance. Free phone number at the bottom of your screen, jewellerymaker.com if you want to buy that way. It genuinely is so easy to set up an account with us. There's not loads of paperwork or loads of emails back and forward or any of these. Are you a robot? Click this picture. None of them. None of them. I did another one of those the other day. You have to do it every time you buy something. Well, this website I've gone on, you have to do it every time you buy something now.
Or whether you can see certain things in the pictures.
Yeah, click on the road signs, or click on anything that's a car. And, yeah. But you only get like one headlight. Does that classify as a full car?
Confused. It's actually quite confusing.
It really is. Yeah. With none of that, it's really easy. It'll take you minutes to set up your account, and it is free to do so as well. So it's well worth getting involved. And don't forget, if you're buying this, because it's over $4.95, if it's your first order, you get a free toolkit and loads more coming up. Do I have a Byzantine chain anywhere? I do. Not just any Byzantine chain.
Ooh.
What do you think?
It's beautiful, isn't it?
A stunning quality of your Byzantine chain. Now, what springs to mind when you look at this, Claire?
It's just so fluid. It's really, really fluid, isn't it? It really is. And again, very tactile. You would just play with it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It's that movement.
It's the movement of the chain that I think a lot of people love, and that's why a lot of people recreate this in chainmail, isn't it?
I like that it's graduated as well.
That would be very tricky to do, I imagine. Can I say that, B. Diddy? Yeah, do it. We're going to go to the lowest price ever on the final 9 of these. The last 9, I'm going to go to the lowest price ever on this one. Now, it's way over 10.5 grams worth of your precious metal. You have got each of these soldered shut, okay? So if you make this in chainmail, there's a few things you have to sort of think about. First off is, unless you want to go through and solder every single one, then of course there will be open jump rings. These ones aren't. We have gone through each and every one of these and soldered them. But also the graduation on this, it's not a really blatantly obvious difference. It's not like, here we've used 9mm and then we've gone to 7mm next to it. It's quite a gradual alteration, actually. So that for you to be able to do could be pretty tricky, and it could look a little bit more cumbersome, actually, if you do it yourself. So it's great that you have got this amount of metal, as I say, way over 10.5 grams. But we haven't just gone, here, have all of that gram weight, and then we'll kind of, you know, haphazardly put it together. We've gone through every single one and soldered in every single joint. And then every single joint that we've put together, as in the sections of these, we've gone slightly down or slightly up inside, dependent on its orientation and depending on where it sits within the necklace itself. You've also got on this an incredible clasp, which is a serious amount of metal. Look at how 3D that clasp is. And again, it balances in really nicely, doesn't it? Works really beautifully alongside it, don't you think? Now you have got here something very special indeed. I've got your lowest ever price point coming in on your screen soon. Let me just say to you, $54.95 is your lowest deal. And actually, for that gram weight alone, you would be expected to pay much more. Even taking out of the equation that there's a lot of work that's had to have gone into this, isn't there?
A lot of work, yeah.
And you can feel that weight, can't you?
It's a lot of work.
You can feel that sturdiness, can't you?
I like the way it sort of pulls, doesn't it? So that's the thing with chainmail. It's a very, very fluid.
It's kind of like when you pearl knot, isn't it? That kind of fluidity and movement of pieces. It's got that sort of feeling.
And you could add into it as well, couldn't you? If you didn't, if you wanted to add gemstones into it, you could.
So how would you add a gemstone in? Would you use?
Yes, you could do. Yeah.
Head pin?
Yeah. Yeah. You could, even if you just sort of like pop one in at the bottom somewhere.
So it does go through these findings. Only 3 of these left, lowest ever price point. So there you go. You could just use your head pin through this to add your gemstone onto that. So you could actually make a fully Byzantine with genuine gemstone necklace, couldn't you? Maybe you want to do a birthstone edition with this, and you're thinking to yourself, I know someone who would love a birthstone Byzantine sterling silver necklace, but actually I haven't got time to do a full Byzantine myself with the different sizes. I haven't got the jump rings enough. Well then, why not? Don't you buy this and then also buy Claire's second kit, because that's got loads of amethyst in it, so that'll be lovely. Are you ready to launch? This is brand new, never before seen. It is so beautiful, the With Love collection. It is your opportunity to make something brand new, never before seen, unique and individual piece. You are going to get everything you need in one place, and it's the most affordable to date. This is your one to own. Okay everybody, now is your opportunity to grab your hands on this unique and individual make. This is all in one place. All you need to add to this is a toolkit, which you get with your first order anyway, and then you've got it all here. What a great gift to give to someone. Now I launched Gemma Queries yesterday. Gemma was some pearls and some sterling silver and made a lovely bracelet. You learned to make a lovely bracelet and a pair of earrings, and we were looking at $39.95 yesterday. I have got for you here a big cocktail statement ring designed by Claire, created by Claire, and you get to buy everything you need all in one place. Claire, tell us a little bit about the thought behind this. Tell us a little bit about why you created this With Love from Claire collection.
Well, I love doing cocktail rings, and they're quite easy to do once you sort of break them down. And obviously that, I love the hearts, and the Swarovski is beautiful. That AB, it's one of my favourites.
And it is one of the largest ones as well that you're getting in here. It is the 6mm. Is that right? 6mm. Yeah, it is the 6mm heart. So it looks bigger than 6mm. I must be reading that wrong. That's much bigger than 6mm, isn't it? I am reading it wrong. 17.5. 17.5mm that you're getting there on that size. So you have got big, bold statement piece there. It's absolutely sizable. Really, really mammoth, isn't it? So that's got a really sort of focal, perfect for a cocktail ring, because that's what you want with a cocktail ring. With a cocktail ring, it is about making a statement, isn't it? And that is totally what this ring does. You're also going to be getting in here 20 metres worth of your silver plated wire in the 0.4 and 4 metres worth of the copper wire in the 1mm. Talk to us about the wire that's in here.
So you've got your structural wire, so your 1mm, and then you've got your weaving, your binding wire with your 0.4. So the ideal, you know, my favourite gauges to work with. I think they're a really good combination. And you know how you said, like, if somebody is quite new to it, there's the difference in there's a big enough difference for it to work very, very easily. So yeah, they're lovely gauges.
So they're not all kind of pulling out of shape. It's not as easy, is it?
It's going to be because you're working with that lovely 1mm, and because you've got the prongs on there, so you need to know that they're quite solid and secure. But you have got a drill hole as well if you want to use that.
I adore that. Not only does it all come in this really cute bauble, which we have sort of taped shut, so I won't open it for you, but it's so cute that you could even put into here, you know, a little photograph. You can cut out a heart-shaped photograph and pop that in here and make it sort of a reversible piece. Or maybe you could put a little card in here which is heart-shaped. You know, if you actually took this out and just drew around it before you gifted it, you could make something heart-shaped to fit in there perfectly, couldn't you? And that could be a full gift to someone for them to create their own beautiful ring with, because not only do you get the components needed to create this, you also get the booklet as well, which gives you the step-by-step photographed instructions, which are so easy to follow. It gives you everything you need to know, and realistically all you need added, am I right in saying, is a set of your pliers with cutters and a ring mandrel. And that's it. How easy is that? That's fantastic.
It's a nice project, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a nice project.
Definitely. So can we talk about who you might be able to create with this? Would this be a good gift to give to someone who's brand new, never touched jewellery making before?
Yes, because you've got the step-by-step instructions, haven't you?
Yeah.
So and they're you know, you see there's like a visual learning aid, and then there's the written as well. So yeah, it's very, very good.
This is a fantastic treat that you've got your hands on here. This is a really, really useful step-by-step. It's literally kind of broken down for you. Both sides have the instructions. It's broken down for you so simply, and you've got all that you need within this. What a gorgeous gift to give to somebody. And let's talk about pounds and pence now, shall we? This design, it is a genuine Swarovski crystal, and it's one of the largest ones we do, isn't it, as well, actually?
Yeah. It's a big crystal, isn't it?
And it's a big amount of wire within there. Did you use the full 24 metres you got?
No, you won't. You won't use all of that. Certainly not on your structural
Wire, no. So you will have some left over, because don't forget you've got 20 metres of the 0.4 and 4 metres worth of the 1mm, so you've got 24 metres in total. You've got all of that within there, and you've got that huge Swarovski. If you saw this in a high street shop, I mean, what kind of deals and prices would you expect? In particular, as it's got the Aurora Borealis coating on it, which, as you can see, gives like this full plethora of colour and beauty to it. I think this is a beautiful design. It's really high-end. It's really, really modern, actually. I could see a fair few different people wanting to make this and wearing it.
Yeah, I think it's the AB coating, doesn't it? It appeals to everybody. I think it's it's one of the most popular, isn't it? So
it is, yeah. And of course one of the more expensive to actually create and get your hands on, because of those extra elements of workmanship that have gone into it. You are getting in this pack the bauble, the large Swarovski, and 24 metres of that lovely silver plated wire. You get the instruction manual as well from the lovely Claire, and all of this helps you create the beautiful, clean, crisp, really wearable, quite statement ring. So if you want to give this to someone as is, or you want to make something for someone like this, I promised you under £20 before, didn't I? I meant it. £9.95 for that Swarovski alone, let alone the instructions, the bauble, your inspiration, the wire, the 1mm and the 0.4. £9.95 for that Swarovski alone is incredible. Yet today, £9.95 is your deal on this. When you put this together, did you get told what price it would be?
No, not at all.
Were you expecting a deal like that?
No, thought it'd be a lot more than that.
Because we have seen other ones that are you know, a lot more. Maybe you've loved the look of the other ones, and you've maybe couldn't quite stretch to some of the prices. This is a great one to add to your collection, because that could be pocket money change, couldn't it?
Yeah, and the fact that it's all in there and presented so nicely, and you've got, it's not like, you know, you've got to go look back on YouTube or anything. You've got those, you know, that little booklet there, which is brilliant.
This could be a good, because you don't have to go online or anything else like that. This could be a great little time passer for someone who's maybe on a car journey where you might not have Wi-Fi, you don't want to use all your data up, you know, obviously not if you're driving, but if someone else is driving, you know, a cool little time passing, quick make. Maybe you could do a fun little sort of competition between it, you know, who can do there quicker. Maybe you could do something like that. Half of the stock is now gone. I will make you aware of that. This is a limited edition today. I have 100 of these limited edition for you with Love from Claire collection.
It'd be nice to do little workshops as well, wouldn't it? Or if you have, you know, if you're in crafting groups, and then that's everything you need there. You just get your tools, and that's everything there.
So long as you keep an eye on the group, you could do workshops for maybe birthday parties, you know, like sort of 14, 15-year-olds maybe, who are into fashion, who are feeling a little bit creative. Something like that as a collection. It's
hen parties as well. When we went to the NEC, the wedding fair there, that was a big thing.
Yeah.
The hen parties.
Hen party collections, a great one to have.
Yeah.
Even, you know, if you're being really quirky, a little bit of sort of favours on the table at your wedding. Because,
yes, that'd be really good. Yeah.
Well, maybe not at the table where you eat, but you know that slightly boring bit which sometimes goes on forever in between actually the wedding and then getting to the place before the bar opens because everyone's having their picture taken and you're sort of stood there like, ooh, you know, something like this could be quite a cool little crafty make. Anyway, £9.95 is your deal. A third of the stock-ish left, would you say? Ish? Yeah, approximately, says B. Diddy, my producer. He's just taken over from Tom, well, a while ago now. So we've got the lovely B. Diddy. She's taking you through all the way till 10 p.m. this evening. £9.95 today. That is your opportunity with this treat. Get it, take it, run with it whilst you can. A really good opportunity there for you. And don't forget, there's loads you can pair in with this and you can add in with this too. Maybe you want to add in the bezel butterfly that we did earlier on. You know, you can add to this. You don't just have to see it as it is. And you will have wire left over as well, so maybe grab a gemstone or two and play with the technique, because once you've learnt the technique, you will understand ways of
isn't it? Yeah.
playing with it, won't you?
Yes, yeah, and make little changes and you know, little amendments, and then you put your stamp on it, don't you? And it becomes your design.
It's a lovely opportunity for you to grab this. And do remember too, speaking of stamping, I did for you the metal block and the sandbag earlier on, which we haven't seen in ages. So if you are planning on doing rings and you do want to do ring shanks that might need a little bit of an added hammer for one reason or another, these are great ones to have in your collection. I did both of these separately earlier on in the show. So yeah, those ones, just for your information, were available to you earlier on. So you can still grab some of those ones, I think, especially as we haven't seen this one by itself in 2 years, apparently, so I was told. Well done, everybody. Around about a third of the stock left. I've got multi-buyers, which is lovely to see. Well done, one and all. It is going to sell out today. Today. £9.95 is your deal. Look at that! I could see you with a cocktail.
Yeah.
Cocktail in hand. Yeah. I could see that totally. Yeah. A bun in the other as well. It's mean. Yeah, when you're at a buffet and you have a cocktail and like a... I could see that. Oh, gorgeous. It's lovely, isn't it? Really eye-catching. Stop the show! Showstopper. These are so dramatic, aren't they? You cannot ignore these. They are dynamic, they're dramatic, they are your canvas for working upon. The colours, the size. It really is just so dynamic. And to be able to get this shape, not as easy as you might think. Remember, when we're giving you pearls, it's not like with certain gemstones when you get the shape and then you just cut it to be whatever shape you want. Pearls don't work that way. They would shatter, they would break, they wouldn't be, well, the quality that you see before you now. So we have to let Mother Nature do a lot of the work. And this really is a lot of beauty and work that has gone into these pieces of art. And for me, they are pieces of art. For me, they are. They've almost got this sort of slick, kind of petrol finish to them, which I think makes them just quite stand out. When we bring you pearls, we often talk to you about daintiness, delicacy. You know, we talk about sort of how they're quite traditional and how you can use them all together to get, you know, quite a lovely and dainty finish. Use them all, the whole strand. It'll be dainty, it'll be delicate. Use the whole strand, you know, it'll be one of those pieces that doesn't shout, it doesn't yell, it's not any folks. Use them all together. With this, totally different. Use one, and it is going to shout. Look at me, look at how individual I am. This is in the daylight simulator, remember, so this is the kind of look and flourish and appeal of different colours that you will see on the surface of these in natural daylight. They are impeccable canvases for you to be able to work from. Use these as the basis. I've got less than 60, did I hear? Actually, less than 50 now, sorry, less than 50. Less than 50 of these available for you now. Unsurprisingly, people are checking out and people have enjoyed these in the past. Final few available now. And boy, it's a bit of a shame because they are just so individual. You want to get your hands on a fair few, I think, if you can. These aren't your everyday strand, are they, Claire?
No, not at all. And I'd use them. I'd use them individually as bases for. There's a really lovely look. You know, have you seen with cerulean where you add your cerulean and then
I've seen you do it.
Yeah, and they would be perfect for that. Absolutely perfect.
And that's literally using them as a canvas, isn't it?
Yeah.
Adding on top of them, adding to them.
Yeah, because it's the shape, isn't it? So you've got that very, very big surface area. So you're seeing all that lovely pearlescence. Gorgeous.
Because you've got such a large surface area, you have the opportunity for these to sing all by themselves, to sing about their quality, to sing about their beauty. You've got that larger space, the artwork. I know I sort of say this all the time, but it's absolutely true. If you had, or you were given your favourite piece of artwork and you were, you know, money was no object, would you rather have it given to you on something the size of a stamp or something the size of, you know, your whole sort of wall within your living room, whatever it might be? You'd probably prefer it to be larger, wouldn't it? You'd prefer it to be the bigger the better, as they say. You'd prefer it to, you know, be so large that you can't ignore it, you can't miss it, you can't lose it. That's what these are like. These are that eye-popping, wall-memorial kind of size, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, you need one of them in between. You know, on like the slider bracelets that we do, one would be lovely, wouldn't it?
It's a gorgeous idea, actually, because it mimics the shape of some of the sliders we do.
Yes, yeah.
So that's a lovely idea. Now, I have 35 of these available at this moment in time. People are already checking out. People are staying on the phone lines. We'll be with you in a few seconds. This really is a very, very popular strand. It has been popular in the past and it is still popular to this moment. You have got the opportunity here to grab it. All you have to do is ring in. All you have to do is grab it now. All you have to do is pick up that phone and dial, because we're doing a price drop. Yep, everybody pays the final closing price. You've only ever seen this at $24.95, and yet today it's not $24.95, it's $19.95. But the amount you've got here for the sort of impact that these present to you, you're prepared to pay a premium, and actually the premium price I was put into these wasn't even $24.95. That's better than I was expecting. Yet today, lowest ever price point. Okay, everybody pays that final closing deal. People are now adding extras to their collection. You would have already bought yourself one. You're now adding twos to the collection. No surprise to me whatsoever with that price drop. one of these is going to go a long, long, long way. I'll count them up for you actually, so you can get an idea of what you can do with them. I'll just give you a quick count. 10, 24 I've got on this, 24 I've got on this strand. Approximately 83 pence each. That really is minuscule amount, isn't it? I mean, as a ring, just one as a ring.
It'd be ideal for it, yeah.
Be perfect, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. And you could just either put your wire through it and just leave it as sort of like, so it looks like it's suspended, or you could prong set it as well, couldn't you? There's lots of different things you could do.
Maybe you want to pair it with, you know, the champagne wire that I've got coming up, or maybe you got the silver collection of wire I did. Both of them, I think, bring out totally different colour. In fact,
it's a different look, isn't it?
Totally different look. If I pair one there and one there, you might be able to see it even better, actually. What do you think? It does give it a totally different look. It gives it a different, bit warmer over to this side, and then it seems to be a bit more stark, a bit cooler maybe on this side. It really does make them appear different, doesn't it? Which is great for a piece of jewellery, because it means if you did, you know, Jane was saying before about making a ring and hiding the drill hole.
Yeah, that'd be perfect, wouldn't it?
It would, because the drill hole on them, you could almost do a nest around them, almost a wire bezel, around them, couldn't you? To hide that drill hole. And because they are so flat and surface, it would almost look like a resin design, wouldn't it?
You could net them as well, couldn't you? You could have them.
For anyone who doesn't know what netting is,
so netting would be, so if you looked at the gauges that of some of the wire bundles that you got, so you would do like a little, almost like a very, very big jump ring base going across there, say out of your 1 mil or your 0.8.
Yeah.
And then work with you sort of, it's almost like a little crochet effect with your 0.4, and just sort of like it nets around. So because they're almost like cabochons, aren't they?
Yeah, they
lots and lots of cabochons. They are beautiful.
They're really pretty, aren't they? If you are,
yeah, so you'd use the same techniques that are for the basket setting.
In the With Love from Claire collection.
Yeah, and you'd have enough wire to, you know, so to make the heart one, and then you could do yourself some more of these.
That's a lovely idea. Don't forget, if you did want our one to own, it was the launch of the With Love from Claire collection. It was just £9.95, and you got taught how to make that incredible ring. But you get taught transferable skills as well, skills that you can use to incorporate these into that as well. And you will have enough of that wire left over too. So a really lovely collection there. Love from Claire. Move the heart a bit, because she has it more here, don't you? More here. 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 More there.
Here.
There. Sinead says, Claire, your work is stunning. Love and hugs.
Oh, love and hugs back. Thank you very much.
Oh, she didn't say kisses, but that was just an added little.
Yeah.
Oh, there was two. £19.95. 6 of these ones available for you now. Not a huge amount of these. You have got a really lovely opportunity to grab these ones whilst you can. So do feel free to add as many as you like to your order, but be quick as a snippet with them. Do you know what these would go gorgeously with your second kit?
Yes, they would. Yeah, they'd be actually really nice with the. Oh, I did have one, didn't I? You know the because we've got coins in that. I don't know what I've done with it.
Oh, the spinel.
Yeah, there's one. That.
That's gorgeous. Right, how would I incorporate them together?
I'd re-strand it, or you could do so it's against it. But yeah, I'd just have the spinel.
They work shape, size, everything. So use the spinel as a space. Can we do some rose gold? Of course we can. Cluster. Rose gold, yes. Oh, so they've got the Swarovski in them. Sorry, the cubic zirconia. Yes, let's do these ones. Have you seen these before? I did the gold version yesterday. These are ultra glam. Wow, have you seen these ones before?
I think once I have, yes. They're beautiful, aren't they?
What are your thoughts?
Lovely. I think I would have, you know, like when you do just your little wish bracelets, so some of your brightly coloured Essilon. So, you know, if you're selling on, I'd just do 3 bracelets.
3 simplistic bracelets. Look at them. They've got a touch of the Epcot about them, you know, that kind of shape, that kind of futuristic shape. Yeah. all a sort of the Eden project as well, that kind of shape to them, haven't they? Quite modern, almost ultra modern. But too, they do look similar to sort of a regal piece of jewellery too, don't they?
And they're very, very, very on trend, aren't they? Very on trend. If you look at, you know, like really upmarket, you know, like department stores with the concessions in them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got that feel.
Yeah.
And a full 360 of beauty on those ones too.
It's
so
lovely,
we've
isn't
not
it?
just
The setting,
given.
really nice.
Yeah, it's really intricate, that, isn't it? So it's not just sort of here's a beautiful sort of front to these and then there's a flattened base and we've kind of ignored it. A full 360-degree design you've got on these ones. And the drill hole on them's a good size too, isn't it?
Yeah, as you can see there, yeah, so you get lots of your threads through there.
Is it going to fall off that head pin? Do you need bigger head pins? Oh no, it stops it as well. Oh, so that is... Oh,
It
I
works
love
nice,
that.
actually, mixing your metals, isn't it?
Yeah, because actually the cubic zirconia, with it being as crisp and clean as it is, that almost looks silver. So it almost looks mixed metals anyway. Maybe a nice way to add a touch of the mixed metal feel into your designs with actually having to branch out and do it. Because I know some people are a little bit scared of it, aren't they? You don't need to be with these. 7mm on these ones. You're getting 3 of them in a set. Lovely for your earrings. Great for a pendant as well. Quite like the idea of doing a spinner ring with them.
Yes, that'd be lovely, yeah.
Something you can sort of play with, and I think they've got lovely movement to them. And they have got a lovely smooth finish. They're not scratchy or edgy at all. I love the idea of oxidising these too, because those bits go in.
Yes, yeah.
You see that bit?
Yeah.
So-
Highlight it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, maybe oxidise these, maybe highlight these, or in some way, you know, adding depth to them, because these little sections in between. So these circles of cubic zirconia, as you can see, have got almost a honeycomb flourish to them on the outside, and then they do divot in slightly, so you could maybe add a little bit of depth to them if you wanted to give them a slightly more vintage look. Then I suppose you could do that. Obviously be careful though, because it is genuine sterling silver with real rose gold over the top. That is for 3 of these today. Thank you, Claire. £12.95. That is to be able to do cubic zirconia pair of earrings and a pendant. I did some cubic zirconia earrings for you yesterday, and I showed you a slide with lots of cubic zirconia pieces in it. And the lowest price on a pair of cubic zirconia earrings was, I'm sure it was £25, but some of them were up to, there were some pieces of jewellery that were £70. You know, so cubic zirconia is, and that was literally just the first few that I pulled up that looked similar-ish to the pieces that I was bringing to you. So people are prepared to pay, and those were silver. Those weren't with the rose gold, which obviously is an added extra, isn't it?
If you were doing like your bridal commissions as well, so your bridesmaids jewellery, so there's like your 3. You could just have like 1 in your, but you've got some beryl as well, haven't you, over there? So you could, can you see the little, have you got beryl right at the far, yeah. So you could just do your little bracelets and pop those in, and there's all your, that'd be your nice flower girls or your bridesmaids, wouldn't it?
That's a lovely idea, yeah.
Very pretty.
That's very pretty. Pick out the colours that you need. That's a lovely idea. And not breaking the bank.
Yeah.
Because it can be expensive.
Yeah, very
can't
expensive.
it? But you've got such a good price per item here that actually, even if you've got quite a big bridal party, because some people have huge bridal parties, you know, don't they? One of my friends got married sort of a year ago, and I think she had 7 brides.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure one of my sisters had about 10 or 12.
Yeah, it's
had a lot.
Big
yeah.
amount.
Yeah.
And so if you are going to be getting your bridesmaid gift, which a lot of people traditionally do, it's mounting up. If you're buying, you know, big individual pieces of jewellery, yeah, that kind of price point, because they're only working out a few pounds each. You know, £12.95 for 1 isn't bad, but actually if you've got a big bridal party, it's much better to get the 3 for that price, isn't it? Excuse me. So do add these on to your order if you so wish, and think about what you're going to pair them with. I mean, speaking of bridal, we did these
that'd
earlier.
be beautiful.
That is,
Yeah, I like that.
incredible, isn't it?
Oh, very
Golly
nice.
gosh, they look good. Do you know what they'd also look lovely with? If you want something a little bit more, cashew pearls. That juxtaposition again, like the skull and butterfly that Claire was talking about earlier on. They're coming up straight after the break. Also after the break, creativity with our longest demo of the day. Give us a synopsis of what we're going to be expecting, please.
I had completely forgotten, but I think, yeah, we're doing a pendant. We're doing a pendant, a floral pendant.
Very pretty. And what types of things have you got in your kit?
I've got some lovely black spinel,
Really lovely.
lots of amethyst, some silver wire, silver-plated wire, yeah.
And again, I'm guaranteeing you an under £40 kit, even though it's genuine gemstones throughout. So lots of treats, lots of goodies with creativity after this break.
Jewellery Maker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information.
Our brand new Get Started with Jewellery Maker page has been created to provide help and guidance for jewellery making newbies. If you need design suggestions, hints and tips, or help with perfecting your jewellery designs, we're here to help. Head over to facebook.com/getstartedwithjm, where our talented in-house designers are happy to answer your jewellery making questions, offer inspiration, and get you started in your jewellery making journey. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Buying from Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When we bring an item to you, all the graphics come on screen, and this gives you all the information that you will need to know, from the item code to the product description with all of the key information. Then the price comes on, and whether you join at the beginning or at the end of the offer, everyone pays the final on-screen price. So, when you see an item that you would like to buy, simply pick up the phone and dial our free phone number, and you'll get through to our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, you can join us at www.jewellerymaker.com and start your jewellery making journey today. Jewellery Maker, the one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
Fire opal can be found in a handful of locations around the world, but the most significant discovery of fire opal has been in Mexico. Regarded as the country's national gemstone, this beautiful gem displays rich orange, red and yellow tones, emulating the burning Mexican sunrise. Fire opal forms when water seeps into silica-rich lava, filling seams and hollows. Under the intense heat and pressure, the silica forms a solid gel that traps the remaining water within its structure. This is the reason that this gem is usually discovered in the mountain region where extinct volcanoes shape the landscape, or in crevices and cavities and found in long, winding, narrow passages. Fire opal looks best during daytime or when the sun rises, displaying vivid colours and fire, which are truly stunning. Fire opal on Jewellery Maker.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Jewellery Maker. My name is Rebecca Redican and it's my pleasure to be joined by Claire today. Hi Claire.
Hi.
Claire, what I've got for you, cashew pearls now. Tell us what you love about cashew pearls.
I think the shape of them, so absolutely perfect for doing flowers, because you've got that wonderful petal shape, haven't you?
How would you do flowers with these? Wire?
Yeah, you could do wire or beading thread, but you can see where the drill hole is sort of like on the top end of the pearl, so you're going to get that lovely. So if you sort of like just took them in almost like in that how that curve is there, you can see if you just sort of made a loop with them, they display out really nicely.
That is what you have here, isn't it? You've got that sort of Mother Nature feel. Because each one of these is so organic and so unique, it does play in well for unique and organic designs, such as, you know, Mother Nature's take on flowers, for example, on foliage, on fauna, on even ripples in water. You know, it kind of has it all, doesn't it, in essence, to give you that interest and intrigue. It's just a beautiful strand, it truly is. And because of all of that texture, and because of all of that movement, if you will, within each and every pearl, you get this cacophony of colours that just ripples all over the surface of these. It's the manner in which the orient, or the surface, if you will, of the pearl, which is created by nacre, disperses the white light that hits these. So although it's only white light that's hitting these, and that's all it is, it's just white light, because of the way in which this disperses said light, you get this full rainbow, full spectrum of colours on here. Some colours we can't even see ourselves. Some colours on here are invisible to the human eye, such as your ultraviolet light is hitting this at the moment, such as your infrared as well is hitting this at the moment. All of those different colours dispersed because of the beauty and the makeup of the orient. And for me, the Keshi pearl, because of those ripples, because of those notches, does it better than most shapes of pearls. Because it has more of that movement and more of that opportunity to bounce and skim. It's just such a captivating strand as well. For me, because of the peacock colour with these, it's a little bit more, almost more of a London blue body hue than maybe we're used to seeing. I'm used to seeing more, although not quite, but more similar to this kind of colour within your body of peacock pearl, within a Keshi. More this sort of colour, not quite, but more this sort of colour. Yet with this one, it's got a bit more of the splitting of light to it. It's got a bit more London blue, as I say, it's almost more inky colouring to it. Really pretty indeed. And we are going to bring this to you today under £10. Yes, genuinely. Even though it is your Keshi pearl, there you go, it's £8.95. Keshi pearl is one of your more expensive pearls, one of your more sort of costly pearls, because of the amount of nacre that goes into creating these. Play with that organic nature. Maybe you want to knit with these, maybe you want to crochet with these. Why not add these onto your leather or even onto your suede? You know, play with the movement within shibori with something like this. I think you can have a lot of fun with these pearls, can't you, Claire?
Yeah, and mix them and put them with other pearls as well, like your biwa pearls look really, really nice.
Lovely
or
idea.
if you're going to twist them, like we said before, with your wax Y cone and add in very, very smooth and different colour pearls, you know, just sort of work them with, you know, lots of different gemstones to work with. But yeah, I think I'd be multi-buying and doing a full, you know, like a full necklace with twisting it like that, because it's a lovely, really lovely organic look.
Yeah, and that'd be a really eye-catching look, wouldn't it?
It's like, almost like textiles, isn't it? It's like a textile look.
You're really right. I love that description of it. Yeah, it is kind of textile, which is why another reason it worked great with your fabrics.
Yeah, yeah.
I love the idea of these actually, now you said textiles, actually sewn into designs. You know, we were talking about that sewn artwork this morning.
Yes, yeah.
I can almost imagine it in something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in sort of cross-stitch type.
Yeah, cross-stitched in. Or even into sort of tapestry design, actually. I think it would look quite nice, sewn into it. Lots of you buying twos with this one.
I'm not surprised. It's an amazing price, isn't it?
It is absolutely stunning. And let me just show you, it will go great with so many other treats, such as maybe the black opal that I did earlier on. Go lovely with that. It'd also go rather well with a pop of the organic. Wakey, wakey! That's a beautiful bright strand, isn't it? It'll also go wonderfully with deep and rich foreboding gems, such as the spinel, coming up in a kit in a moment. And also, let's draw out some of those colours with your Larimar that I did earlier on.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, that works, doesn't it?
But that shows you whatever you put it with, it brings it out, doesn't it? So like that one, I'm seeing a lot more of the blues now and teals in the pearls. But whereas with the amethyst, it's a lot more of the peacock and the purples.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Huge well done to everyone. You've just got your hands on Keshi pearls for under £20, which is rare to say and to see. £8.95 for you. Really is special, that, isn't it? Well done, everybody. And also, hasten to add how great it'd go with the purple in the kit. Gorgeous. There is something about amethyst which I think is incredibly attractive, don't you? There is something about amethyst which I think is quite captivating. There is something about amethyst which makes it famous. Because everyone knows about it, don't they? Everybody knows of amethyst. Everyone. 5, 6, 7-year-olds will have heard of certain gemstones and never have heard of others. I didn't have a clue what sunstone was when I was 8, 9. I didn't have a clue what labradorite was. Did you?
No, no.
Moonstone even, I don't think I knew, actually. Tiger's eye? I don't think I did at 7 or 8. I don't think so. I knew of diamonds. I knew of emeralds. Sapphire I knew. Ruby I would have known. And amethyst.
Yeah.
But I think that's about it. Although this isn't one of your big 4 gemstones, it's up there in stature and fame, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's so well recognised, yeah.
And this, and you're totally right with that wording, so well recognised, this is a recognisable amethyst. It's not a green amethyst, which you could be confused with others. It's not a Rose de France amethyst or a pink amethyst, which could be confused. This is your stereotypical go-to amethyst colour, isn't it? So this, I think, is going to be fantastic to make into jewellery, even for people who don't really know their gemstones that well. Because everyone's going to know this, aren't they? This is exceptional. I love the richness of this, don't you? Oh, that is luxurious. In particularly when that is something glamorous. How did you feel when you saw these two in your parcel?
Yeah, they're beautiful strands. This is one of my favourite strands ever of amethyst. I think the size of it, the faceting, everything is beautiful, really lovely. But I mean, and you know, it'd be an incredibly boring demo, but a beautiful piece of jewellery. I would just almost like restrand that and alternate those, because I think the 2 strands are gorgeous.
Yeah,
really lovely.
And that would be so simplistic to do.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's not what we're going to do today because, as you say, that would be a demonstration for, 40 minutes that maybe get a little bit repetitive. So we are going to teach you something very elaborate today. But that is something that you could make yourself. Very simplistically, just alternate.
Yeah. And, you think about and rosary linking them as well, would work very, very, very well. But yeah, just beautiful, beautiful strands. Really, really gorgeous.
Really is, isn't it? And you have used, and you mentioned the size of these, you have just used one of these in one of your pieces.
Yes, because they're the shape of them, the quality of the amethyst, the faceting, everything, because they're beautiful, really, really beautiful. And I think sometimes, to just have a single stone, you look at that and you focus on that. Sometimes if they're all together, sometimes they can get a bit lost. So, when they're that gorgeous, yeah, absolutely, they can sort of just stand being on their own, can't they, in the wire work?
And that is exactly what, as we've said, you use this strand, just one in one piece, and actually focal pieces in each of the designs that you've done. You have used, you haven't used this strand in every single one, but in every piece you've used this in, it's very much an eye drawer, isn't it?
Yeah, like the central, the focal gemstone. Yes, actually, I think on all of them, the ring, the bracelet, and the pendant itself. I've just used the one.
And that is a head turner. And that's what goes to show, I think, that this strand is so epic to have. The fact that you're then bringing in the richness of that spinel and a lot of, I mean, that's a huge lengthy strand of spinel.
Isn't it? Yeah.
That is mammoth of a strand. Just check that out. Wow. That is something very special, isn't it? Look at that. That has got such a gorgeous depth to it. What an intrigue that is. With the juxtaposition between the bright, open, fun, romanticised sort of floral of the purple with that deep, rich intensity of the opaque spinel. It's a really, it kind of boosts the purple almost, doesn't it?
And I think that shape as well. In the same way with the pearls, you know, the coins that you had, I think that shape is a very aesthetically pleasing shape.
Totally, I did these. They've run away. But those beautiful big coins I did earlier on, yeah, they would work perfectly alongside it. So you've got your full genuine gemstone kit. I am adding wire to the situation, and this is how it looks. 10 metres worth of your 1 mil. You've also got 10 metres worth of your 0.8, and you've got 10 metres worth of your 0.4. So you've got a big amount within here in that lovely silver colour, which just makes this pop.
And what you've actually got, so that your 0.4 is your pearl. Yeah. So you've got that sort of that contrast of the you know, the bright of the shine of the silver, and then that sort of more matte look.
And that, because it's the weaving wire, is really obvious when you see it in the weave. So the pendant that we're going to be learning, you've used the weaving wire to create those petals, and it just looks so beautiful within the design that actually what we're going to be learning to make with this, it goes to show what the different wires can do, and it makes it look like a complete collection, which of course it is, and which of course Claire has done with all 4 of the pieces she's made with this one today, and still having a lot left over. This is a beautiful collection. It's called your Fabulously Faceted Kit. And it's all faceted, it's all high shine, it's all beautifully giving you exactly actually what you'd want from any gemstone. You know, you want a deep, rich and intense spinel with a beautiful cut and facet, you've got it. Same with the amethyst, but obviously you want more clarity to it and that richness of purple, you've got it. It's raising smiles all over the show, this, isn't it? That's the design we're going to be learning to make. Gorgeous, isn't it? I know. If you want to be able to make that, you're going to need the right gauges of wire, the right looks of wire, the right sizes and shapes of gemstones. You've got it all here, and you're getting it at a discounted price. Because today, the price for the entire kit is just £29.95. This should have been just shy of £40 for you today, this kit. So that really is a great deal for you. Because remember, our genuine gemstones are some of the best quality and most competitively priced out there on the market anyway. So for us to be able to outdo our own price is actually just, well, super duper exceptional. So grab these ones whilst you have the opportunity to do that. That price point, I mean, if you just imagine, I don't know, what, the cuff, you wouldn't even be selling that cuff for that price, would you?
No, you wouldn't, would you? No, I think that would be more than £30.
Money back already, just on one make. In particular with the beauty and the fact it's genuine gemstones, that is a unique selling point for a lot of people, isn't it? Working with the real deals.
Yeah.
And with spinel being a birthstone and amethyst being a birthstone, a beautiful birthstone collection you've got here. Really pretty. Do grab them whilst you can. It's just £29.95 for you today. That is your opportunity. Do grab them whilst you have the opportunity to do so. It is a free phone number, 0800 644 655 to get involved, or join us at JewelleryMaker.com if you so wish. Grab them whilst you can. Okie pokely.
Okay.
We are going to learn how to make this big, beautiful neckline design.
Yeah.
Where did this come from in your wonderful mind? The frontal lobe. No, whereabouts?
Well, because I always like to do floral designs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that really. Floral, scrolls, swirls.
So Mother Nature-y and kind of your style.
Yes.
Claire's flair, if you will.
Yes. Oh, I like that,
like it.
Yeah, thanks.
Next DVD.
Yeah.
You're welcome. So we have got here for you this beautiful design. All you're going to need is the kit and a toolkit. That's pretty much it by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. So, where are we starting?
Okay, so I'm going to start off. So again, you can work with whatever your preference is. We'll start with start making the flower detail. So it's slightly different to the flowers that I usually make. So we'll go through that. And quite a lot of the shapes and the techniques that we use you can really do variations so they can work with other projects as well. And I'll talk through that as we make them. I'm going to work with the 1mm. Like I say, you could do this out of the 0.8 if you wanted to. And I'm just going to cut this off the reel. You don't have to, but I'm just going to do it so it's a bit clearer for the demo.
Just to remind you, you did get 10 metres worth of the 1mm in there, and also if you did want to create the ring, because I know people were asking about this earlier on, if you have just tuned in, we did the launch of the With Love from Claire collection earlier on. There are still a few available, but not many at all, so grab them whilst you can.
Okay, so I'm going to start off. So I've got my 1mm wire, and this is going to be, I'm going to build the structure out of this. So I'm going to start and form the shape. So the shape of the flower, usually I might do it around either a pen or
nail varnish top.
Yeah, something like that. But this one is slightly different. So I don't want as much. I don't want all the flowers, the petals, to be the same size. I want that sort of that graduation. So it's sort of going, starting small at the top, and then getting more elongated as we go down. And I've actually got the six petals here. So I'm going to just work and leave, and I'm leaving more than enough here. But it's always better, isn't it, to have more than less. So, because I might make a bail out of this. So I'm going to work with my chain nose pliers, and I'm going to start off, and I'll work larger, and then go to small. So these are also work very, very well for if you want to make dragonflies, angel wings, wings for birds, loads and loads of different. So there's lots and lots of different, uses for these. So I'm going to start off. I'm going to bend the wire around, and so I'm holding and gripping with the pliers, and then I'm sort of doing a free form shape. If you prefer to, you can work with tools as well to get that curve. So if you didn't want to do it so free form, which I'm going to do, so the difference would be you would make that first angle, and then you could work with, say, for example, you step bail making pliers. But we'll do it sort of free form now. So I've got the first bend. So because we're going from the largest and then we're working smaller. So this one, so everything is going to be smaller than this first one that we do. So I'm going to just start and almost make like a bit like, I don't know, half a sausage.
I didn't expect that description.
So there we go. We've got that first bit. Okay, so then I'm going to grip. I'm going to grip. I'm just going to straighten that up a little bit. There we go. I'm going to grip here, and I'm going to come out. So if I show you sort of like from all angles, so can you see this is sort of like it's stepping down. Okay, so you can see there. So this next one, I'm going to go in. The next one actually needs to come in a little bit smaller.
Okay.
So I'm just going to come in slightly. So a smaller one. But if you can see there, what I'm not doing is I'm not pinching those together. There's still a nice gap there, and it is actually sort of stepped down. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to do another one. So all the time I'm stepping down, and once I've done the 3, it becomes easier to see, and I'll show you from all angles. So I'm going to do exactly the same. So chain nose pliers, step down, and start to curve in there. Okay, so if you were doing your that'd be like one side of your wings, but you can see there how that step is sort of coming all the way down. But just so that when we move on to the next stage and we start to weave across them, it just becomes easier to manipulate and access. Okay, so my next one, I'm just going to come over. So I've got a little bit of a gap here. And I'm going to do exactly the same on this side. So you're making your graduated fingers or sausages. There we go. So we'll go 1. Or thumbs.
Thumbs.
So I'll speed up a little bit.
I don't know why I just said that so oddly.
Thumbs.
Thumbs.
So I'll go in. Bring that in. So you can see there, so I've got a nice straight edge. So with that one, all I'm going to do, I'm just going to go in, drop it into my chain nose pliers and get rid of that kink there. and go back in. So, and I'm going to step up the other way this time. So you can start to see if you were going to do, I wouldn't say necessarily a butterfly because they don't have that many wings, I don't think, do they? No. 4. So if you were having your dragonfly, maybe you could do that as well, or you could make them so they're more less sausage-like, more round. If you were doing your butterfly. So I'm going to finish that off.
Okay.
There. So I'm just going to leave that like that. So you've got that's your framework for your flower. Okay. So snip that off. We don't need all that. So what I'm going to start to do is just open these up a bit. And what's nice with your structural wire and our wire is, you know, you've got several sort of plays of manipulating these around, because you'll need to, as you start weaving them, you'll want to sort of spread them out a little bit so you can really access each individual petal. But then you can all, you know, mould it back into the shape you want. So if I now move on to how you're going to do your weaving. So I'm going to take off.
This is the pearl wire, which you've got 10 metres of.
Yeah. So I'm just going to cut a small amount, and we'll have a little look. So the weave you're going to do with this one is going to be a figure of 8 weave. So what I might actually do...
Get your big bits of wire.
Get my big bits out.
Whilst you grab your big bits of wire, because I can see they're a bit twangled up in the last project, let me just let you know that I've got plenty more treats coming up for you. Just throw it. Champagne wire I've got coming up for you soon. There it is. That's coming up for you very soon. I have also got a... Oh, no, that's not champagne wire. There's that one there. Champagne wire coming up for you. I was moving these out of the way. Champagne wire coming up for you. They're coming up. I've also got a recap-a-roo on the diamonds. Ooh! As the deal of the day today. Little recap-a-roo coming up on that. Oh. Under £100 they were, which is incredible frosted diamonds, isn't it?
Ooh.
I've got that, and essentially absolutely loads more treats, so don't go anywhere. Are you sorted?
Yes, thank you for that.
No problem.
Okay, so we'll do it on the larger, so hopefully you can see. Okay, so the black wire again represents your structural wire, so your 1 mil, and then the gold wire is your 0.4. But just so that you can get to see, hopefully on a larger scale, that figure of 8. Figure of 8 weave.
What? What?
Nothing. So, right.
You trying to remember?
Oh, so I've got... got my 0.4.
Yeah.
I've got the structural piece.
Yeah.
So the 0.4 is going to go at the back. It's going to go at the back. It's going to go at the back of the structural piece.
Okay, yeah, got you. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to grip here. So I'm going in now. I haven't actually got an open end because that's the shape. So I need to, everything that I do, I need to think about how I'm manipulating the wire. So you can already see I'm starting to like make a bend to push it through there, because like I say, so I've got no open end, so I have to have cut it off the reel, and then it's how I manipulate through that sort of closed space. So I've gone once around the structure on this side, and then I'm going to be taking it over to this side. So it's a figure of 8 weave, so like that, almost like an hourglass. So if you looked at the profile, it would look like a number 8. So I'm going to go, I've gone once and twice around, and I'm pushing it through and pulling it out. Okay, so now on this one, I'm coming out from the back and over and back through and round. And again, so I've got 2 wraps on either side. I'm going to push through and bring round. So you'll start to see how that is going to form. So I'm just going to keep going, and I'll show you the difference then. So what you can get with this is you can get very, very different looks of depending on how many coils that you wrap around the either side. So if I wanted it to be not as dense, so that the vertical weaves were sort of more spaced out, what I would do is I could do 3 or 4 wraps on here. So I'll do 4 wraps on there. So again, but I do exactly the same weave. So I come down from the back and around. Hopefully you'll be able to see the vertical ones, and I will hold it up in a minute. So I want 4 on this side. So I'll just keep going and bring round. So you can really start to see now, the more wraps you do, the more you can see that detail in there. And because you'll be able to, the wires aren't going to be so close together, you'll see more light through it. So if we bring that in, and I'll hold this up so that you can see. So you can see how this weave is starting to build.
And you can use this weave over lots of different shapes, including kite shape, for example. Yes, everyone, it's National Kite Day, you'd be glad to know. I've already given you a few fun facts. But I've got another, yes, fun. But I've got another one for you now. Right, everyone get guessing. The largest kite that has been flown. So remember, the smallest we had earlier on was 5mm. Think about a kite and it's got to be aerodynamic. Let's think size. And I want it in meters, if possible. Meters. Okay? Brother Pete, you go first, Petal.
The size of a Boeing 747.
I want it in meters,
I don't
Petal.
know how big a Boeing 747 is. It's like a plane.
You're out. Now you, Director Paul. 300. B. Diddy. 200. Claire.
250.
1,034 metres. That's incredible,
That's
isn't
big.
it? That is incredible. Anyway, more fun facts, I'm sure, later on.
That is big, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mammoth. Because a
Must be
door's
like a
2
very
metre.
windy day, wouldn't
Almost
it?
the size of a Boeing.
Almost the size of a Boeing 747, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Just to let everyone know, I do have some of that more wire coming up for you in a different colour. If you want to practice this weave with something else, then you can. You finish that beautifully.
Yeah, so you can see there. So you can see the how that weave is starting to build up. So you can see the slight difference. So that's with so I think I've got like 4 coils on either side. But you can see, so, and if you looked at it through you can see that figure of 8, that almost like that hourglass when you look at it like that from that angle. So that's the weave that you're going to do. So if we swap, and I'll show you very quickly on here just how you would anchor that on. So again, so I've left a little bit of a tail. Okay. So again, I'm going to start and just bring down. I might actually start on the larger one so it's a little bit clearer. So I'm going through because it's enclosed here and bring round. So you can see how I'm encouraging that wire, and because it's the pearl wire, so it's lovely and soft and malleable anyway. So I'm going to keep going, and I'm pushing and working within like a couple of millimetres of the area that I'm weaving. Really, I'm sort of working in a very, very small area. I'm not holding the wire down here so that it kinks. I'm working really, really close to the area that I'm weaving. So you can see how that's going to build all the way up. So what you'll get then, if I move over to that one, when you've done all of them, that's the shape that you're going to get. So if you have a look at that. Okay, so that's your little flower. And you can see here on that section, so you can see where I would have finished. I've come to like the top, and all I'm going to do is hand coil around that little gap there. So you can see on all of the tops there, I've stopped the weave, and I've stopped going across, and I just hand coil and then snip off so that it's very, very close. And you've got that gap in the middle there. So that's what we're going to cover with the gemstone. So we're going to start to manipulate this now. So if I just bring that down. So I'm going to start to bring that round. So there we go. I'm going to just keep bringing it round. So bring that in. So what we're looking to do, because I'm going to have it so that the smaller ones are at the top, and there we go. So what we're looking at now is, and this again, so this will be very, very different. You can manipulate this into and make different variations of shape. So if you look at it from you know, you could absolutely have it as that sort of shaped flower, or what I'm going to do is just give it a slight curve on it. So I'm just going to grip. So your what would be ideal in this situation would be, you know, the nylon jaw round nose pliers that you had. They'd be good for this as well. So I'm just going to start to just...
We do still have some of those nylon jaws available if you want them.
So I'm just going to curve those petals. Okay, so you can see how that sort of changed the shape of it a little bit. Okay, so that really gives you a nice bed to put that gemstone in there. Okay, so I'm now going to just bring these up. And this is where you can, if you wanted to, you could make that into your bale. So you could do like how you've done the figure of 8 weave, you could make that into a nice bale there. So remember, when you're making your bale, if you want to do like a standard bale, that'd be like almost like your bow tie shape, or a bit like a kite, actually.
Oh, speaking of, no, I'm joking. It's also National Scout Day, but we'll get onto that later.
Oh.
They're lovely, aren't they? Oh, I've just had an idea. Well, more beaded in than me. Because of the graduation, you could, if that were to be a bale, you could, couldn't you?
That would be lovely, yeah.
I mean, obviously they'd be sideways, but I was just giving you an idea.
And then...
graduate them up.
Yeah.
And then a black spinel in the middle. I'm about to bring you this huge, I can't even fit it on the screen, this huge strand of your spinel coming up for you. It's absolutely mammoth. And it's going to go perfectly with this kit, isn't it?
It would.
The beautiful black with that wonderful purple in those coins in the kit, and now you've got the rondelles to just marry up perfectly together. Use these in that bale, I think, would be beautiful. Of course, you could actually have them in the petals too if you maybe, you know, didn't want to do the weaving for one reason or another. This would be a nice way to fill up space but also give it a gorgeous look. This is a black spinel. This is doing exactly what a black spinel should. This is top-notch black spinel, and the fact is, I know I often say this but it's completely true, a black spinel is a black spinel. And that's exactly what this does. And what I mean by that is, with a black spinel you can't compare it to other gemstones. For example, I could bring you a good quality amethyst and a bad quality amethyst. The bad quality amethyst might be opaque. The good quality might have light shining through it. Black spinel is always going to be opaque. Black spinel is always going to play the light beautifully with white against it. It's always going to have that depth of colour to it and tonality to it. So this really is a beautiful quality. Big amount as well, as you can see, huge amount there, lovely sparkle. And it's going under £10 today. £8.95 is your deal on this one today. Gorgeous sparkle, beautiful twinkle, and wonderful workability with this at £8.95. A real special deal. Well done, everyone. I've got that lovely dessert champagne bundle of wire coming up for you in a little bit. But for now, let's dive on back into our demo. Well done, everyone, on that. Great opportunity on that one, actually. Very good price. That's a really good price, isn't it?
It is. It is. I was thinking with that. Clasp there.
I hope we're doing this. I don't know if we are, which I haven't mentioned it yet.
Oh, sorry.
But no.
Because I thought the sparkle and the sparkle would go very well.
I mean...
Yeah, I like that.
How amazing is this clasp? I love it. Magnetic clasp. Coming up. Ooh, oh, it's got a life of its own. Hopefully coming up for you soon. B Diddy's on a mission. She's looking for it now. We found it. We'll do it in a moment or three.
Ooh. Okay, so next bit of the wire work. So we've made the little flower. You could leave it as that, but I wanted sort of to add in those coins there. So what I'm going to start to do, and you can make as many of these as you want. So this is sort of like the just like the little scroll work that's going at the bottom. So I'm using my round nose pliers, and you can make these varying lengths. So one of them was the scrap bit of wire that I cut off when I had too much there. So probably maybe about 10 centimetres, so it's going to be more than enough. And these are just a case of, you can make these as random as you want and going in any direction. In fact, sort of like the less uniform, the better. So I'm just going to start and make some coils there, and I'm going to go against the curve, and we'll see what that looks like. So I've got my round nose pliers, and I'm just gripping, and I'm turning the wrist, and I'm sort of turning the wrist and holding the wire still. So I'm just going to come in and bring that round there. So these are sort of going to sit in and go down here. So I'm going to have this one coming out this way, and I'll do that one there. So I'm going to have that so it's coming out slightly longer, and start bringing out. So because you're going to be adding the gemstone onto here. So what I am going to do, I'm going to start to make more of a coil, more of a full loop, and I'm going to go in and just snip off that little straight edge. There we go. So I'm going to bring that through. So I'm going to just start to, again, just curling my hand all the way around and bring that down. So you're just looking to balance out those. So again, I'm going to do exactly the same with this one. So I need to make more of a complete loop. I'll get rid of that little straight edge, so that'll give us a neater curve. So again, because I started it, so I'll need to just hold on to this little bit here, and I'm going to be pushing against this finger here, and hopefully what should happen is the only bit of wire that moves is this, in this area here. Shouldn't disturb the rest of it there. So let's bring that in, because what will happen now is when we do a wrapped loop, the spinel will sort of dangle down and it won't be able to get trapped into that curve. So I've got those bits there. Now, if you've got your hammer and if you've got your steel block, you can absolutely hammer those as well. So if you want to have, because I've got 3 on mine, so we'll go and we'll do one more. So I'm going to build this in exactly the same way. I'm going to do that. So I'm building this one in exactly the same way as the others. I'm just going to have one on this one. Again, so I'm going to pop that in and see how that looks. Okay, so we know how that's gonna all go in there. So all we're going to do is going to start to just pop all these components to the side.
Oh, natural stopping points. Da, 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 da. We found it. The clasp you loved.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Now this is your very strong magnetic clasp. Your eyes and my own were instantly drawn to this. Tell me why.
Well, I think because that spinel strand is very, it was very sparkly, wasn't it? But that really holds its own, I think, with it. I think it'd be a good pairing.
I totally agree with you. This is a genuine cubic zirconia clasp, and look at the amount of cubic zirconia you've got in there. Wow. That amount of glitz and glamour, that kind of eye-catching look, is something which I think could be a focal, could be a centre point.
Yeah, you could have that around the front, couldn't you? Definitely. Definitely.
It really could be sort of your centre point of your piece of jewellery. This doesn't have to be hidden at the back.
No.
But at the same time, if you were to hide it at the back because you had really heavy, weighty gemstones at the front that maybe, would weigh that down correctly, it wouldn't matter if this did rotate round, would it? You wouldn't mind if this was to fall to the front. That's one of the things. I've got a couple of beautiful necklaces, which I absolutely love and adore, but after a while, the clasp rolls around and it's irritating. It's like, this is a beautiful piece, isn't it? Very, very pretty indeed. And even if it did fall to the front, it wouldn't matter because it could just be the front piece.
And the same on bracelets as well, because sometimes, you know, there's a lot of movement with those, isn't there? Yeah. So that would look very, very, very nice. And they're so easy as well, so easy to, you know, well, open and close. It's just pulling apart, isn't it?
The way I do it is I thumb finger slide.
Do you?
That's what I do with mine. Because if I'm to hold this now as is, ain't no way I'd be able to undo that. No chance. So I thumb finger slide. See? Like that. So that's how I do it. Do you not?
I probably do. I've never thought about it. Yeah. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Because it just makes it easier. So if you've been struggling with your magnetic clasp and you're thinking, oh, I can't undo these, just slide. It's a strong magnet, that, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
The great thing about having a strong magnet... You all right, Sam?
Yeah.
You sure, love?
Yeah.
Yep. The great thing about having such a strong magnet here is that if you have big pieces of chunky jewellery, you know it's not just going to fall off easily, don't you? You know it's staying exactly where it is. Be careful if you're selling this on or giving this on to anyone with a pacemaker or any other kind of electronic device. Please do be careful. Do always do your information. Do always do your research. Sorry, upon it. How long are we on the case for, B Diddy? Okay, B Diddy's just on a bit of a mission at the moment on this one regarding price. So, my advice is get ready to check it out ASAP. It's a really dramatic look. It's a really beautiful appearance. Sorry, whether you want to do this with wire work or your corded materials or even other metals, such as maybe your copper, for example, you know, heavy, like heavy weighty things that you can pair with this, it's going to be absolutely fine and dandy because it's strong enough to be able to withstand it, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm thinking like Kumahimo as well, you know, like those beautiful like seed bead necklace. What's that spiral one called?
Celine spiral.
Yeah, that'd be very nice.
Let me just see the strength of this. You know, it's one of my favourites. Although it's a real pain to do it now because this is a metal ruler. So it always just gets subtracted. But what I'll do is I'll pair it far enough away. We are at 1 centimetre mark here. Let's see how strong the magnet is on this. Obviously, the stronger it is, the more it will attract from further away. So, let's see. We're at 1 centimetre there. We're at 2 inches. 2 inches there. That was 2 inches we're at that point. So here's, well, just under. I'm going to say 1.5 to be sure. Now that means that is a very, very, very sturdy magnet. Actually, magnets do have different strengths to them, as I'm sure you know. Some magnets I have been to sort of 1 centimetre and it wouldn't have had that dramatic pull. So you know you've got something very sturdy here indeed. This is your magnetic clasp in your cubic zirconia. Has Sam got back in touch with you? Shall we carry on with this design and then when he does, I'll interject? Is that right? So, sorry, you will have to wait another minute or a few seconds, okay? Just because we're on a mission with something. I will bring the price in for this very soon once the mission is complete. So just hold on for 1 second on that one, but it will be back in a few. I just wanted to get back into the demo.
Okay, so I've got the there's 3 scrolls, so the 2 that were sort of on the continuous, so either end of the piece here, and you can have as many as you want. It's just that I wanted the odd number. Okay, so all I'm going to start to do is I'm going to wrap this around here. So remember, it's a bit fiddly because you're wrapping a 1 mil around a 1 mil, so just sort of like bear with it a little bit. So I'm just going to bring that round, and you can use the tools if you want to. So we'll get that there. So again, you can absolutely hammer these if you wanted to. Just get my chain nose pliers and give that a pinch there. So all of that, remember, don't worry about it if it's a bit messy because all of that gets hidden. So, but we can start to manipulate those around like that. So you've got your 3 there. I'm just going to pinch those together so it doesn't move as much. Okay. So I'm now going to have a look at these. So I'm not going to make a big bail. So I'm going to cut them down quite short. I'm just going to turn little loops, so that's going to give me a hanging point. So I'm just turning 2 little loops there. That's going to be a nice and even hanging point that I can join up with a jump ring. So I've got that little section there. Just going to pop that on, so we'll see how that's going to look. And again, a lot of this can just be, you know, it's your version of it, so it's whatever you think sits nicely. So you can have sort of as many of these, what they're called, fronds, I think, aren't they?
Yeah, or tendrils.
Yeah. So you can have as many as you like. So I'm just going to try and manipulate that so it's going through. So I can get it through a certain amount, and then I'm going to work with my pliers just to tuck that in, because we don't need that big long tail there. So I'm just pulling that through so it tightens up around there, and then we can snip that off and tuck it in. So you can already start to see how that pendant is forming. It's quite a good, so you could stop here and you could have it as sort of a hair, something for your hair.
That's a nice idea.
Yeah, so you've got that little section there. So then if you wanted to add it then to the necklace itself, so that's where we come in and you have your other little bit of your wire work. So sort of like the V shape here. So to do that, and again, you can either use your 1mm or your 0.8. So I'll show you like a mini version here. So I'm going to work with the 1mm. So I've got my round nose pliers at first. So I'm just going to pop those in the centre and pinch those together, and that gives me, it's like, I know I've got a hanging point, and then I've also got that nice curve there. So that's my one section. On the next one, again, I'm going to cut my 1mm, and what we're looking to do, I don't need a loop in this one, so I'm just going to find back the midpoint, and again just push in so that I've got a nice curve there. So that's going to sit in like that. Okay. Now I'm going to do, you know, the weave that we did, I think it was in the first demonstration for the 5 and 2. Yeah. So if I just move that out of the way, and so what you're going to do, you're going to take your wire, so probably about 50 centimetres or so. You're going to find the midpoint, and it's
so you've probably got about a metre there. So you find the midpoint
I think I've probably got. Oh yeah, probably have got. Yeah, I've probably got way too much there actually. I would say go with about 50 to 70 centimetres.
So you've sort of got ish sort of 25 centimetres on each side.
Yeah. So what you're going to do, you're going to find your midpoint, and that's just because then I can start weaving across the one side with this wire, and then weaving across with this one, so it's a continuous, so it'd be stronger, and you haven't got to worry about sort of like little scratchy ends here.
That's good.
So I'm going to just start to wrap a couple of times there. So I'm going to pull that down and do, so I won't do all of the weave, but we've done that weave in the demo before, so I'm going to start to just go, so I've got a couple of wraps on that one and 2 over there, and then keep going, so you're 5 and 2. So you can see how that is going to start to build up. So you could do that as far as you wanted that way, and then you've got that weaving wire to work across the other. So that gives you this section here. Okay, so then with this, what we're going to do is we're going to start to manipulate these. So if I just bring that down, so I'm going to, again, you can work, I'm going to do this with freehand, so you can work with the tools if you want, or you can just start to sort of curve round. So I'm going to snip that off. So I'll do one side, and you're going to do exactly the same on the other. And again, I'm going to curve that in, just how we did those on the added detail at the bottom of the flowers. So this one's going to go like that, and this one is going to go, this bottom one is going to come out, so it's a little bit wider and longer. And just try and get that so that balances it out quite nicely. Snip that off a little bit and just turn in there. So you can leave it plain if you want, or what I've done with mine is just bring that out it a little bit, because I've got the leftover weaving wire here. So I'll show you how, just you can add on a couple of the smaller amethyst. So I'll just get a couple of these out. I won't do all of them.
Grabbing those out, let me just say, we're having a bit of trouble getting our hands on that clasp at the moment. We're taking it off your screen now. In the next hour, we are going to reassess it, and we are going to be bringing your price on screen then. Basically, we're trying to get you a better deal than we've got at the moment. We've literally got a member of the team behind the scenes running to the IT's department and trying to get some help from them. So that'll be with you very soon. Before that, I did promise you your champagne gold coloured wire beadedies got you a great deal on this collection. This is a serious amount. I'll give you the stats. 3, you're getting 1 of everything here. So you're getting 3 of your 1.50 mil. That's one of the thickest gauges. Well, the thickest copper gauge wire we do. I know we do thicker aluminiums, but I think that is the thickest, isn't it? 1.5.
Yes, I think it is, isn't it? Yeah.
So you've got 1.5, 3 metres of that. You've got a 1.25, 10 metres of that. You're, sorry, that's been sent accidentally. Don't know where that's come from. So you've also got, let me just show you them. So this, you've got 3 metres of your 1.5, that's your thickest wire. You've also got 10 metres worth of your 1.25. You've got 100 metres worth of your 0.25, big amount in there. You've also got 10 metres worth of your 0.6 and 10 metres worth of your 0.8. So big selection of different gauges, all in for one price point. This is a very special opportunity. Whoa! This is Claire Loves Champagne collection.
Oh my goodness.
And we've discussed it this morning. It's true that, isn't it? It's true. But you're not afraid of a Prosecco, actually, are you?
I'm not, no. It's lovely.
We are going to bring to you a very special deal today. £14.95. Do not get prepared to see this often. This is a one-off opportunity. Once it's gone today, it is gone today. And we know that for a fact. So grab this one whilst you can. A very special treat of a treasure for you. Genuinely, well, you know how often you get to see bundles like this, and yeah, we're
brilliant.
That is genuinely for the amount you're getting. I mean, you're getting 1.25 and 1.5 in there as well.
Yeah, in a lovely, very, very popular
gorgeous colour. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. So do get the most out of that whilst you can. For the final 4 minutes, I'm back with you, Claire.
Okay. So all I've done is I've put on some jump rings at the back of the loops here. Yeah. Okay. So I've got a hanging point there. So I'm going to just then push that through. So to join those up, and again, just bring that down. So I know I've got a hanging point there, but so that it sits in the right way, because we've got our little loop here. So I'm going to need one more of those. Would you mind getting me out?
Of course not.
One of those, thank you. So I can finish this little bit here. So I've got the scroll. I've got what's left of my my weaving wire. So I'm going to pick up some of the rondelles. So I'm just holding that on here, and I'm just going to start to so a couple of wraps round. Pick up your next one, and just bring that in. Let that fall. So I've done a slight graduation on mine. And I've used some of the smaller rondelles, so that you can see how that's going to work. So I took mine all the way up to the tip. So that's that section there. So I can get that last jump rings just so that it sits nicely. So my last bit that I'm going to do is, if I just bring that on and bring that on there. So you've got that little bit. So the last little bit now, because when I know that I've got sort of like that messy section, you'd obviously cut all these wires off. You'd do exactly the same on the other side. And this is where you then choose your, when we had that lovely strand, and you choose whatever size is going to fit really nicely in there. Now you can see, if I manipulate these more, I'm going to get a different shaped flower. If I add in more of these sections here, it's going to look at different again. So if you're wanting to add in the little spinel coins, so I've just done a wrap loop on there, and what you can do is open up that little loop just ever so slightly and feed that on, so that's going to sit like, if I just move it all up a little bit so that you can see, so that's going to sit on there. But by having that, all of that, you've got quite nice movement throughout all of that. The two structural pieces there, so you can see it would like hang. So if I turn it round actually, so you can see that movement. It's not a, it's a more sort of more articulated rather than
yes.
So I think it might be quite nice.
It's not quite
to
your
wear.
nutcracker, is it?
It's not, no.
For all of those movable
It's not.
pieces.
It's got no cord here.
Pulley.
No,
Yeah, no, that's
sorry,
true.
I've let you down there.
No, you haven't. I'm just explaining the difference between the
It'd be good
nutcracker
though, wouldn't
and the
it?
thumb.
You'd just play with it all the time if it was like hanging, sort of like a move.
I was thinking actually, it does look a bit like two gingerbread men hugging. You know what I mean? Here are the two heads and here are like the arms.
Oh,
You see what I mean?
yeah.
Anyone else see that? No? All right, cool. And on that note, it's time to say so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, laters. Where are you going, Claire? You're leaving us for days and days. When are you next in?
I'm in on Valentine's Day on the Late Show.
And you're in on a workshop on that day
I am, yes,
too.
yes,
Any spaces left on it?
I don't know.
What is it?
It's Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts. Pendant.
Oh, amazing.
Have a lovely
see if there's
day.
any spaces left on that, definitely. And remember, you've got that offer on at the moment that you can bring a friend for free. So that's well worth a look on. Oh,
yeah.
that's gorgeous. Claire, thank you so much
thank
for
you.
today.
Thanks for
Find
having me.
Claire on social media if you so wish. Do not you go anywhere. After the break, that clasp and more.
You can now book Jewellery Maker workshops online. Just head over to our Jewellery Maker website and click on the workshop link. We have a wide range of workshops from beginner to intermediate, covering a variety of mediums. Once you've found a workshop you would like to attend, simply click on the Book Now button, fill in the required fields, and then press Continue. This will take you through to the payment page. If you have any questions, you can contact our workshop coordinator at any time by emailing workshop@jewellerymaker.com. We look forward to seeing you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share. Welcome to Jewellery Maker. We are part of the Immediate Media family. Immediate Media is a fast-growing multimedia platform company who operates some of the most loved brands across the UK. Our brands range from our other shopping TV channel, The Sewing Quarter, to our very successful magazines, such as Simply Knitting, Molly Makes, and The Radio Times. We work incredibly hard to inspire you and bring you lots of exciting ideas and projects. So whatever your creative needs, you know that our crafting family will be there for you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When you spend with us £4.95, you will get a free welcome pack. That welcome pack will give you pretty much everything you need to get started. From a manual, which will help you to familiarise yourself with all of the items that you're going to be creating and all of the products that you need, including tools and findings and threads. You'll also get a DVD and step-by-step project cards. These cards and the DVD will give you the chance to be able to create a wonderful arrangement of different items of jewellery. Plus, you'll also get a free 3-pack of tools. These will be everything you need to get started. So, getting started with the Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. So why not give it a go today? Jewellery Maker, your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.